with, I believe, Season 9, Week 3, I think I saw. Um, it is going to be SKT versus 101 Thieves. I'm pretty excited for this matchup. SKT has been on a bit of a loss streak since the season started, so I'll have to see if they can kind of rally back. We're going to get straight into draft, I think, because it has already started, I believe. But uh, let me pull up the draft real quick. Okay. Hold on. Is it not gonna? Give me 1 second. Okay. As we are here in draft, if we were sprint through the bands real quick, it is Liaves, Cassidy, Irelia, Kane bands. These are pretty much everyone's bands for SKT, I think, going forward. SKT, for them, they banned the Hui, the Katarina, and the TK. I believe they've identified that Douglas is a TK Nautilus 2 trick, so they've decided to take out the TK, which is a very annoying champion, into poke lanes, which makes sense for their comp. I believe their 101 Thieves mid laner is really good on the Katarina, so this makes sense, and Wei is super strong as well. Looks like it is going to be a Mel blind, could be a flex to both AD carry and top lane, or AD carry and mid lane, so I think this is a fine blind into Xerath Nami as the response, which I think makes sense as SK or as 101 Thieves lock in the Skarner and the Nautilus, just trying to beef it up, try to peel for the Mel. And then Apari is going to lock in the Set from earlier. I think Set is decent into Skarner because you do so much percent HP damage, and he's like constantly engaging onto you, so like you can buy a lot of time with the Haymaker and stuff. So we'll have to see how that goes as SKT choose to ban out the Volibear. I don't know who on 101 Thieves plays Volibear, but I fuck with it, I guess.
Yeah, I assume that's probably a ban looking out for top lane because we already have Skarner shown.
Yeah. Looks like they are going to ban Nasus, just keep whittling away at Liave's champion pool. As we are going to see the Twitch ban here. I guess Dave would play Twitch. I don't know. Twitch is a good champion right now, so I've heard, as they choose to lock in the or ban out the Cho'Gath as well.
And definitely a big look that I'm surprised they didn't ban was Dave's Nyla.
Yeah, Nyla is gonna get through in the draft, and you can still flex the Mel mid, so definitely a little tricky to try to play out. So I'm curious to see what their line is going to be here, as Liave is going to just lock in Shen, 2 tanks topside. It is going to have to be like a strong Gary champion mid lane. We'll have to see what their option is going to be here. As
Right.
Shen is really good in laning phase, but I don't know if that really translates to uh like you kind of want someone to carry the Shen into the fight, so to speak. So
Yeah, I agree. And right now, like Skaven kill team side, they don't have a lot of damage. I don't feel like.
yeah, this is also the SKT double feature, and it looks like it is going to be the Darius lock in for the side of 101 Thieves. I think this matchup is kind of Darius favored, just because he can, like, Shen wants to leave lane all the time, and if you leave lane versus Darius, he's just going to become a monster in the side lane, right?
That's right. And I mean, there are opportunities for Shen to be able to kill Darius because it is a little bit harder for him to sack on Shen directly as he can block almost all of his auto attacks and try to get out with E. So I do think it is like a little bit more of a skill matchup, but it's definitely favored towards Darius.
Yeah, as they choose to lock in the Lux here, I guess they're leaving the flex open. You do have like these double long range champions, but it is going to be almost all AP from the side of 101 Thieves outside of the Darius. You can't really ignore the Darius though. So Jonah on Darius, yeah, this is gonna be a little spooky from Jonah. Uh, as we get into it, we have to generate assets again as they choose to lock in the Aphelios. I think this means it could be Dio bot lane. I think Dio is the Aphelios player. It's going to just be Xerath mid into Lux, which I think is a neutral matchup, I'm pretty sure. As yeah, let me generate these assets, swap to champ assets.
I think Aphelios is like a very good pick for this SK team because SKT team because of the fact that he can just totally mow down the enemy team. He has a lot of scaling potential. He has a chance to just deal a lot of damage against this comp.
Yeah, I'm going to
Um,
say it is Jonah, Nishan. Who's the mid laner for 101 Thieves again?
Juan
One. Okay. One, Dave, and Douglas.
Douglas, yeah.
And then it is Liav. I'm going to cast my bet and say it is Honan mid.
I definitely have to agree because Honan is the Zareth Thresh merchant, so
Yeah.
we know he very much likes both of those picks. It's kind of like a two trick for him. So
Yeah.
it would be very surprising to see Honan on Aphelios anyways.
Felios. Nami. I'm generating the champ assets team. Old man bad with technology or something.
We'll get
Uh,
there.
yeah. Old man will get there eventually. Just give me like 5 seconds. Uh, Darius. Skarner. I'm gonna say it's Mel AD carry based on my thoughts. Because I feel like Mel just gets outscaled by or outranged by the Zera, so you'd probably just want to flex it to the Lux mid, right? Thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely do think Mel would probably look a lot better in the bot lane just because she gets a lot more like utility out of her W, where Zareth just like can totally outrange her and just farm waves and whatnot. Because I don't think Mel can ever really land her E on Zareth. Granted, Zareth will never really land E on Mel, so it's more of a neutral lane.
Yeah.
But Mel can fully reflect Nami ultimate, Aphelios ultimate, all of their abilities. So it's kind of just like you definitely want to see Mel in the bot lane in this scenario just because of her ability to one poke them down and be able to reflect their abilities where she just won't be able to get that value out of
Let
Zareth.
me DM this goofy ass fucking red low heb guy and tell him to put me in the game. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
And
you.
log in. Oh, you're chilling.
Yeah. Jonah just said, huh? Brother, I'm casting your game, dog. Get with the fucking times, bro. I'm gonna kill you. Overall, I think SKT, once again, is sort of lacking on these, like, go buttons, like the engage type of comps that you kind of want with the Shen, like I was talking about earlier. You kind of want, like, a Shen delivery system for, like, a lot of your drafts if you're drafting the Shen character. So I think it's gonna be a little tricky for them. Meanwhile, on the side of 101 Thieves, we've seen Nishan on the fucking Skarner. This boy is a fucking beast, by the way, on the Skarner. Like, I know this champion is also, like, Thanos level broken, but, like, he's been fucking 1v9ing on this character, I swear to God. So I'm curious to see how this pick will go for them. But you just have a lot of options on the side of 101 Thieves. You have the Nautilus, you have the Skarner. You're able to get on top of these champions. I think the main issue is you might be a little lacking in, like, the DPS department, but I think you can kind of mitigate it with this draft. Let me pull up the waiting stuff.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but I would say on the side of SKT, Zet can definitely have a lot of angles against Nishan on this Garner.
Yeah.
And like you kind of mentioned, the Shen delivery system, if they really want to combo it, if Set gets a fantastic ult, Shen can ult in on the set,
Yeah.
and
It
you
is
got
gonna be
the front line directly in the enemy team.
yeah, it is definitely gonna be a little hard to burst out the set. So it's not like impossible. It's just I'm not entirely sure. I think the onus is going to be on Skarner to like find these really good engages, try to lock everyone up. But as we saw, the Mel is a pretty good champion in the right hands. You can also just reflect the Felios ulti. That's like kind of funny as well. Reflect the Nami wave. So
Yep. Yeah, there's
it's
definitely a lot
definitely
of things
something.
Mel can ult, but I do see an angle for both teams in this case. I do
Yeah.
think if they can kill Darius and Mel isn't like super strong, then I think they will. If Darius is dead, I think SKT can just run over the rest of the team. I
Yep.
think they do lack in damage.
Yeah. Definitely. Very excited. I like how both junglers, the champion to watch, or not both junglers, the top side of 101 Thieves, both of their champions to watch is going to be this Skarner. This character has been so game warpingly strong. Uh, Juan on the Anivia has been looking really good. I guess or I don't know who the like Dio is just bugged on my asset creator. I don't fucking know what the deal with that is, but other
I'm sure it's
previous
working as intended.
true. I don't
Dio
know.
is too good
Yeah, we're not allowed to
for
know
the
things
assets.
about them.
It actually seems like Honan is having some struggles with his client. It
Yeah.
seems to have reverted into him becoming level one.
Yeah,
So,
no, you don't understand. This client is working as intended. Biggest budget in League of Legends history. What else can I make fun of Riot for? Removal
Rip
of
Hextech
Hextech
chest.
chests. Yeah,
Yep.
we'll get all the highlights here in a second. Yeah, I guess they're just too broke to fix their client. They need to scalp us for more money. Another 500 years of $500 mythic skins or whatever they're called, just to
Yep.
be able to pay for this client. I think just to keep it working as intended. You know how it be.
With the like $500 faker Lux skin. So that'll
True.
probably be like $700.
Yeah, I guess Mel hasn't been updated for the games because it says it's a 1 and 0. Oh, it's 1 and 0 and the 80 carry roll. That makes sense. That's correct. I
All
think
right, which I
yeah,
believe that was
is
definitely Stanley.
yeah,
Oh man,
definitely
Stanley,
Stanley
he
on
just
it.
totally ran a game over. He was well usually say Whaming, but he was Mel gaming.
Yeah, as it looks like it's going to be a hype game, as we're still having tech issues. Honan is finally back. Uh, we should be able to get into games soon. Well, we do have to wait the 3 minutes, but there's no data on the Skarner set matchup. Who's surprised, dog? But
Yeah, Set is definitely not the most common jungle, I don't think. I mean, I
yeah,
really think Apara is the only person I see play it. At this point, I remember a couple of seasons ago he was played in the jungle a little bit more.
yeah. And I was
Um,
correct. It is going to be the Mel AD carry and the Lux top lane, or not top lane,
Top
Lux
lane,
mid lane.
yep.
I'm super intelligent. I promise. You can tell I speak the English language as my first one. You know how it is. Yeah.
That's
So
alright.
we're gonna have to see if SKT can really play like an 80 carry. Like I don't think they've played standard 80 carry lanes this entire season, except for the Caitlyn game. They did play it just recently, actually. I'm just lying. I just am saying a narrative that is completely incorrect. What's new, to be honest with you? But
I'm also definitely very excited to just see these two teams face against each other because I do
yeah,
think they're like closer in like just the overall skill level. I mean, obviously, 101 Thieves bot lane is like probably their strongest lane with Dave, and then on SKT it's Leof on the top side. But
yeah,
I do think overall both teams have a similar like level of skill as a team, and so I
yeah.
think these are just going to be some very banger games.
I agree. I think 101 Thieves has gotten like a bit of a worse rep just because they dropped, I think, more series. I don't know. It's like,
I Are
uh,
they not even both
they're
0
I
and
think they
3 right
have.
now?
I think they're both 0-3 right now. Oh no, no,
So
no! Didn't
both
they
of
win
these
a series?
teams.
Oh yeah, they.
Uh
Oh no, 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 no! Yeah, no, they haven't. I
no, they have
forgot.
not won a series. So I think it's yeah. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. Both teams are 0 and 2. So both
Yeah,
of these teams are actually facing against each other to find who will have their first series win.
yeah. As we are going to have to wait a couple more minutes to get into game here. I'm gonna go get some water. Actually, I'll be right back.
I think they have gotten in game now, and so we are just waiting for our 3-minute spectator delay to get started with the game.
All right, guys. As we're back, sorry, your dedicated yapper of the day does need his H2O, so
You did just cast which group was it? It was Rift Sharks versus 101 Thieves, right?
no, it was Rift Strikes versus SKT. I'm curious to see if SKT can kind
SKT.
of like rally back from that loss. Definitely a little bit of a rough game from them, but we'll have to see
Yeah,
if they're able to pull out the W here. I think if you learn the correct things that you need to learn from that game, I do like some of the changes that they make here, but we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, definitely super exciting as we are loading into game here. Let me switch the stuff
yeah.
here.
I definitely think like still again like the key player for SKT right now is going to be Apare, just based on how he is going to perform in the team fights, how he's going to handle Skarner. So I think he has the chance to totally turn a fight.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Can I? How do I get this thing to show up? Hello. Hold on. My game is not loading. I hate it here. Client works, but not my League of Legends. Hello. Well, what if we do this?
Has your League of Legends like loaded?
Yeah. Uh, Apparently I cannot load. What is fucking happening for my game, bro? Huh? I can get the client to capture, but not the league? Hello?
In the restart, maybe?
Uh, me. I don't know. Hold on. What is happening? Is it? I don't. Hold on. Let me try restarting the stream.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Uh, technical difficulties, sorry, but looks like this game is going decently for the side of SKT. Dio is up 2 kills somehow. Chen is also winning the game for his team solo. Darius is not currently doing the thing that he needs to do in this game to win, but definitely still playable avenues from the side of 101 Thieves. Just try to look for a good engage when the penalty is down. That's sort of the ideal here.
Yeah, I've actually watched a little bit of the start of the game, and so it looks like Darius just overestimated his own power against Shen and ended up getting solo killed at the start of the game. Uh, Set ended up getting a really good gank off on Lux early game too, just getting another kill.
Yeah.
Uh,
Jonah does not win these trades. Looks for the Q, does manage to get the heal off, but is getting sort of traded out by the Shen here.
Yeah, and kind of like mentioned, it is Darius. It may not even be Darius' favorite. I feel like Shen just does a lot of damage and has the chance to just totally run over Darius like Liava is right now.
Yeah. I mean, I I think in theory, if the Darius player is better, it might be favored, but I don't know. Might just be like a skill matchup, and I might be wrong.
Here you can also look at some of the statistics.
Yeah. It looks like a good route from
Yeah,
Mark
so it
Spectator.
actually see.
Good ulti block from the side of the Mel, but does manage to pick up the kill here in response. Yeah, Nami doing a good job to like hold the tidal wave until after Mel uses the W on her bubble, but the damage from their AD carry is just a little too strong. So from Dave here, just to get the kill back in response, good shutdown.
Yeah, and Dave, yeah, just ended up getting a shutdown, getting his first kill against
Good route. Bubble coming
Aphelios.
out does manage to block it again. He does have the timing on this bubble on lock, so
Right.
definitely no, definitely a good AD carry player knows when supports want to use their shit. So well played from him.
And that's kind of just that power from Mel having art like showing already in the early game where Nami really just can't cast any abilities against her because
Yeah, a
she'll
part
just get them set right
might
back
be
at
in
her.
no man's land here. The Shen ulti is gonna come out while the Skarner is gonna go for the engage. The 3-man ulti coming
Oh,
out does manage to try to lock everyone up. The Lux ulti does come out, does manage to chunk everyone out, but it's just a man advantage. Ulti coming out from the Aphelios doesn't manage to get the kill, but could potentially get a trade back. But the long range sniper for a bullet from Dio does manage to pick up one in response, and they get the dragon as well. So shutdown going onto the 80 carry. That's kind of where you want your gold on the side of SKT, but good ulti from the Shen just to bail out his set here.
there's a lot of like great ultis that came out during that fight. The Skarner Impale like hitting 3 people, so the maximum amount he can hit. But unfortunately, the side of 101 Thieves could just not capitalize on it.
But yeah, this is what I mean though when I say the Darius matchup is like okay for Darius, because like Shen always wants to leave lane, and giving Darius tower is like really risky because the champion is so fucking strong with gold, right? Like you get a little bit accelerated on Darius. If you're not in like a zero, like if you're not like super far behind, it can kind of like make it so the Shen can't 1v1 you at some point. So it's like I feel like Darius just sort of kind of scales into this matchup weirdly enough when you don't think of Darius as like a scaling laner. So
Right. And I'm actually looking at the statistics between Shen and Darius, and it actually looks like it is pretty Shen favored.
oh really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know that. I guess that kind of makes
Uh,
sense.
yeah, I think it has to do with just how much damage Shen can do and how hard he can trade
Yeah, as Nautilus is
without
up here
receiving any
looking for
return.
the grubs. The root coming out from Mr. Dave doesn't manage to connect, but is getting some decent poke down onto the Aphelios here. Grubs is going to be started from the side of SKT. Good hook from the Nautilus. Taunt coming out from Liave here. Ulti coming out from the Nami. They're going to look for the pick onto the champion. Good route from the Lux though, trying to get the loot, the Nami here, but doesn't have enough damage. The Skarner and the Darius just trying to duke it out. Jonah is desperately trying to get 5 stacks on literally anyone, cannot get it, and Liave does manage to shut them down here. If Skarner can get one here, Skarner does manage to get one here, so there is a denial of the play. Uh, one does try to pick up the Lux still, doesn't manage to get the confirm, and it looks like he is going to go down to the set. But the Skarner does manage to pick up the Shen on the back end of that play, and Mr. Mark Spector might just be able to get the Illuminate their lives off here. Doesn't have enough damage, but Dio is just losing the 1v1 to this Mel here.
He just barely missed that execution mark.
Yeah.
That fight at the end actually towards Grubbs and a lot, surprisingly, in One Thieves' favor. I would say it was in their favor, but it actually ended up being a lot more even of a fight than I fully anticipated.
Yeah. I think you can see that they're going to have a lot of problems bursting down these tankier champions on the side of SKT. Like, you saw them struggling to kill the Shen, struggling to kill even the set here. It looks like Shen ulti is going to come down. Jonah is going to try to get the 5 stacks once again. They do manage to pick up the Rift Herald here, and Jonah is just going to get bursted out here by the set. The TP coming out from the Mel, though, could try to extend this fight, just try to go for the fight here, but this means you did leave your bot lane completely exposed, so you might lose your bot tower here for no Herald. That doesn't seem great. A little bit of a... Oh, could be a E from Skarner here, but does just get CC'd up. Looks like they are just going to trade the bot tower, and I don't know. Mel sort of TP'd for nothing, and they lost the Rift Herald, lose their bot tower. This is a very bad spot for 101 Thieves to be in right now.
Yeah, and there are already 22 kills on the map 17 minutes into the game, which is just so much more bloody than the typical Scrim Zone game, I feel like.
Yeah.
So as expected with these two teams, they really like to scrap. They want to fight over every objective, it seems like. But right now it is definitely SKT favored.
Yeah, Jonah...
Especially with the...
Yeah, go ahead.
With their gold already being 1k ahead. What were you going to say about Jonah?
Yeah, Jonah just sort of underestimating the Shen at every level, is just desperately trying to get these 5 stacks in the team fight so he can be useful. Is going for the Triforce build instead of the Spear Shojin build we saw with Avery. So, do you know the reason behind the Spear Shojin build, by the way? Do you know? Does it just buff off your passive?
Spear of Shojin now buffs true damage. And so Spear of Shojin will buff Darius R, naturally. And so the reasons you had seen Avery in the previous game building Spear of Shojin is because it buffs his R even more. And I believe he also took Axiom Arcanist, so he was just looking for a huge R steroid, which is obviously a huge part of Darius's kit, so it makes perfect sense.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm with that. Jonah missed his micro on the top fight. He missed autos that would have stacked his passive on Shen. That makes sense. I think Jonah just hasn't played a lot of top lane recently. Has been more known for his jungle play, I think. So it's going to be... I think him being topside is a little rough here for the side of Liav. I think versus Liav, I would have preferred him to be on a weak side character, like the Gragas, but it does kind of fuck your draft into being all AP, so...
Yeah, it's definitely a hard decision to make, especially with Dave deciding to play Mel instead of an AD carry.
Yeah.
And then obviously Rexu Wu also went with Lux, and we know Nishan is the Skarner merchant.
The Skarner guy.
Yeah, the Skarner guy. So it is definitely you have to pick an AD champion here, but
yeah, none of them are super great. Nishan is in the pit here. Could look for the engage. Does get the stun onto Apari. The Shen ulti is coming down. Jonah is here as well. Looks like he is just going to get locked the fuck up. But onto the backline, they are just killing all of the backline for SKT. And it looks like it is going to be a 3-for-1 trade so far. I don't know if Mel has the damage to kill. Good stun from Apari. Does manage to pick up Jonah here potentially. But he is living on a sliver of HP. Does have the 5-stack and the double Q coming out. Sheesh! Jonah just able to get 2 kills here. He's really back in this game. But you saw the Mel was so strong there, no?
The Mel was so strong, and I feel like SKT was very split that fight. I mean, almost the entirety of 101 Thieves just had complete access to their backline. Yeah. And that just totally ended up messing up. And right now, as you see, they're getting both Dragon and Otacon.
Wait, did they get the Dragon?
Did they get the Dragon?
No, they didn't.
They did not get the Dragon, actually. So they did not get Dragon, but they are contesting Otacon. Nami, Xerath are running straight towards her right now. They may have a chance to try to maybe pick off a few people or even
manage to get one, but Nishan does have the spike key, so looks like they are going to pick that up. They do have the revives now. What are your thoughts on the revive versus the... good ulti from one just killing the Lux or killing the Nami here. Did not expect that,
Totally
but
one-shotting her. I definitely think the revive has a lot of potential to be used, but you have to know how to use the revive when you have it.
yeah.
So when you get that revive, you need to take advantage of it just because of how like short its timer is.
Mhm.
So if you don't take advantage of that, you don't really get any benefits from it. Whereas
Yeah.
like the what is it, the
Ruinous.
Ravenous,
I think it's
Ruinous,
Ruinous. The
the
Ruinous is
other
just
Otacon
skippable.
that gives you flowers.
You
I
just
definitely
don't
think
you just don't have to think about it, which
yeah, is a lot more like fight oriented. You get so much like so many stats off of it by getting all of those, flowers and so much XP, so much like so it's just you just deal you get a permanent buff essentially.
yeah.
Whereas
Jonah
with the GEA it's just a very short you have to take advantage of it, get rid of it.
Jonah is a little bit in no man's land here. Is gonna burn the Otacon here for him. I think that's fine if you can get this mid tower, trade some of that gold for like more global gold on your team. I think that's a decent trade for the side of 101 Thieves. Looks like they are going to try to collapse into this mid lane here. We'll have to see if they can really get it off. Like that's what I mean though, like in these fights, if you dive in with the backline here, you have like no peel options for the side of your 80 carry, so I have to see how they want
That's
to play
true.
these fights in the future.
And I think it is just vital for Set to try to keep Skarner off of his team, but I think
Yeah.
Shen needs to make sure that he is also peeling for his team.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like we saw before, if they don't do that, then their backline dies, and in consequence, they will too. Even
Yeah.
though they are very strong right now, but
Yeah, and I was talking about how I like to conceptualize Shen as like a partner for dive champions, but you do also need to think about him as a partner for your as like a peel character as well. Being able to like switch mindsets between who you're ulting as Shen, I think is a very crucial Shen skill to like really unlock the character fully. And I don't know if Liave has really thought about it like that. Has mostly just been ulting on top of the Skarner or yeah, on top of the set as he's ulting in. So like I'd like to see him try to adjust the mindset a little bit, try to peel for his backline carries that are getting exploded by the Lux and the Mel in these fights.
yeah, and I definitely think with like Shen Haymaker, or Shen Haymaker, Set Haymaker, he's able to last so long in fights that he shouldn't really even need to be Shen ulted. I mean, he has Derek's Gauge, he has Haymaker, he has what is it called, Showstopper. So I feel like he has enough resources to be able to keep himself alive for long enough for a fight that Shen just shouldn't ever be ulting him,
Yeah,
and just straight up looking to completely protect his Aphelios, if anything.
yeah,
So I think Aphelios is the one on their team that is going to be able to run the game. He's the damage dealer. He's the 80 carry. Obviously, he doesn't have like the most kills, or not the kills, the most items right now. He still needs to scale a little bit, but overall, I do believe that Shen just needs to
Ooh.
be making sure his 80 carry stays alive.
Pari is here. Does get the dunk onto the Mel. Does use the W on the set ulti damage, and it looks like they are gonna get a pick here. Good shit from the side of SKT, knowing that they can look for the skill. But oh my gosh, Juan just gets a snipe onto Dia and just kills them from Africa. As a Pari is going to get dragged back into tower and stunned up by the Skarner, but a good snipe from Hoden does manage to pick up the Nautilus here, and it's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. Jungle and 80 carry for 80 carry support. You see Rex doing so much damage with this Lux. Has been playing so well on this character, just obliterating the backline of SKT.
Yeah, and it was an interesting use of Mel W, I noticed,
Yeah,
because he used it to block Showstopper, but unfortunately, Set also has his Haymaker, so
yeah,
there's only so much you can block on Mel W if he gets on top of you, which I didn't even really consider before.
yeah.
Obviously, with
Sun? Oh, no, not enough damage though. Just
just
having that bush
barely
ward.
not killing.
Yeah,
Obviously, on SKT's side, unfortunately, the set did die, which resulted in What on Thieves just having free pry over the Drake and getting it, actually making them even in the amount of dragons each team has.
yeah. It does mean the soul is going to be super delayed. Both teams have 2 dragons each, so it's going to go like soul at like 40 minutes, which chem soul at 40 minutes, not the most useful thing on earth. Jonah is 1 level up on the Darius or on the set here. Does manage to dodge out with the ghost. Okay, fancy feet, getting the Q off. Does get the ulti off. The W goes wide because of the ghost, and it looks like Jonah should be able to get the kill. Flash Q ultimate from Jonah, and does manage to pick up the jungler, and they're just going to start Baron on the other side of the map. Well
That
played.
is, yeah, that is very well played for 1-1 Thieves side. Initially, this game was looking like it was skewing in the side of SKT, but now I think with the Baron, if they manage to get it, the game is definitely going to look a lot more in the favor of 1-1 Thieves.
Oh, absolutely. And this is like the strength of having such a consistent AD carry player, right? Like, you know that they're always going to be at the objectives at the right time that they need to be. Ooh, good Q from one. Just gonna explode Lithy here. The combo does so much damage, and it looks like they're gonna have to give this Baron. Super well played from the side of. Oh my gosh, they stole it!
Well,
What?
actually, it
They
looks like
stole it!
SKT steals the Baron.
Oh my lord! We're in for a
Honan
fucking
just getting
banger
a
team.
lot.
Yeah, this is
And
Honen's Xerath, I fear.
Yep. So it actually looks like the game is going to be evened out because of that. Their gold only being 1k apart. That Baron steal, I think, is going to be essential to making this game last a little bit longer for
Oh my gosh,
SKT.
another fucking combo from Mel, and
Oh,
good
man.
root from the side of 101 Thieves. This Lux is a beast, by the way, hitting every single combo, just chunking the backline of 10 or SKT here.
Yeah, we definitely want to be making sure for our squishier champions that we are positioning to make sure that Lux is just not getting total combos, because as we saw it now, if Lux lands a bind and Mel's right around the corner, then you're just screwed. If not, the Lux will just end you herself, so
Yeah, I mean,
definitely have to be very careful.
yeah, Jonah is just hitting camps. Apari is down here. Could be a potential pick here, but looks like he is going to go for the Warmogs here, third item. Trying to get as tanky as possible. Buy as much time for his front line. We'll have to see if they're able to utilize this bear and try to grab some gold on the map. Not a lot of outer turrets left. You just have the inner turrets. Rex is looking, or one is looking for a pick here. Good route. Should get taunted here. Could be out of position here, honestly. Liave does have a lot of damage, and the ulti coming out from Hona just managing to pick everyone up. Good fucking E from Apari, getting the double stun off, just getting picked off by the Xerath ulti. As it looks like another double root coming out from Liave, and it looks like Mr. Mark Spector has not enough damage to try to finish off this fight, as that goes a little disastrously for the side of 101 Thieves. Juan definitely ambitious for going for that Bush cheese on Shen.
Yeah, I definitely just love how back and forth this game has been so far,
Yeah.
especially with the Baron steal. I was just saying it looked like it was in 101 Thieves' favor, but the Baron got stolen and then they just had a very rough fight, so it's right back into SKT's hands.
Darius is here. Good look for this. Oh, the pull doesn't manage to connect. They both canceled their bases. That's crazy.
It's crazy. And we also are seeing that Mel is reflecting like all of the Nami ults, all of the things that she should be reflecting, but it's like not enough for them right now.
Yeah. Definitely a little rough when your best wind wall abilities are the SKT and the, or not the SKT, the Nami abilities, because they're kind of easy to dodge. Hold on, can I get this to work? We'll fuck around with that later. Who cares? We'll just watch the game, see how they choose to close this out. So
Yeah, I definitely do think it still can go into either team's favor with how back and forth the game has been. So who knows what's going to happen in
yeah,
a couple minutes. We do have the Soul Point Drake coming up now. SKT's already in
Nautilus might be
position.
in no man's land here. Good E from Apari just to cancel the dash or the pull from the Nautilus here. Ulti coming out from the Skarner, holding the Nautilus, or not the Nautilus, the set in place, as Honan is going to manage to pick off the Nautilus here. Jonah is going to try to fight Liave in the solo lane here. I don't know if he wins this, but doesn't manage to get the 5-stack. They do sort of just want to try to play poke with the Lux here. See how much damage the Lux can get down. As Liave is going to try to brute force this tower. Or
Yeah,
not
unfortunately for
Liave.
Liave, he's not going to be able to
Tower.
show up for this Drake fight, or else Darius will just get the
I mean, he
tier
has
2
ulti,
tower right up
right?
there. He does have ulti.
So I have to see if he can really
But-
get a good ulti off. Darius is just going to ignore the Shen and try to grab this tower. Gets taunted up. doesn't manage to pick up the tower, gets killed by the Shen, and looks like his bot side is going to get killed as well in this dragon fight. So Mel does get a lot of damage down there. This character does so much damage, by the way. Holy shit.
Yeah, she does. So it looks like one of these is just getting a little bit hasty with their plays right now. Darius, obviously trying to greed for the tower and not having it pay off is just unfortunate for him. And they tried to steal the dragon, but it just couldn't work out.
Oh, a one shot from one. Like one has like played the one shot combo very well, but like has also mispositioned a couple times. So I have to see which one ends up favoring him in the end. As
yeah, Nami is definitely not appreciating Lux right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe all 5 of their jets have been to just getting totally blasted by the Lux abilities.
Yeah. Definitely, for sure. As we are sort of gearing up for another Baron fight here. See how they choose to place their vision.
Coming up in 30 seconds, we do have the scuttle going on to 101 Thieves side, so they do have a little bit of a vision game going on in their favor.
It looks like, yeah, Jonah is going to be on the opposite side of the map, trying to get these wave states pushed in, just trying to get prio in these lanes so you can walk to this Baron faster. It's going to be up in like 10 seconds or so. 7 seconds, so everyone's going to start congregating around the Baron. Chen still has R, so you're going to have to play around that as a side of 101 Thieves. You're going to want to try to play these fights a little slow. Let the Lux, let the ML pump out some damage, and then try to engage with the Skarner on the back end of the fight. So, at least ideally. Looks like they are going to have Shen match the Darius. This makes a lot of sense. Still has the ulti. Rex is still fishing for these Qs. If he mispositions in the slightest, this Shen will just walk over and punish his ass. So we'll have to see how it goes. Jonah's making the journey. Bro's making the trek.
He is just running across the whole rift.
Yeah. Oh, Flash W comes out. Or Flash E comes out. Does manage to connect onto Dio, but could potentially get caught here as he gets exploded. The Skarner ult is here. The double ulti shield coming out for the side of 101 Thieves. And it looks like it is just going to be a complete destruction. Mel is going to try to peel them, but Chen just has so much damage. And it looks like this is going to be an easy wipe for the side of SKT. Q coming out from the Nami. Oh my gosh, but Lux is still able to one-shot the Nami. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, Nami is definitely not appreciating this Lux right now.
Yeah, as it looks like another talk coming out from Liave. The Shen is sort of going beast mode, and this should be the end of the game, question mark? They could maybe end. Well, yeah, look at the damage to the towers. Dio is just manhandling them, and it looks like we are going to get an end here.
Yeah, it does look like the game is just going to Skaven kill team.
Yeah, super well played. I think the Shen has been very clutch in this game. I'm going to give it to Liave. Holy shit. His ultis have been, I think, really solid, and just being able to get onto the map with his teammates is super valuable. So,
yeah, I mean, I just have to agree. He did also beat like his opponent early, got the lead he needed, and then was able to just impact the rest of the map. So I'd have to agree. I do think the MVP could go over to Liav.
yeah, let me get assets set up. As we have the same rosters. Some adaptations for next game. I think you should be banning Shen versus Liave. This champion is kind of really gross in his hands, and I think he's been utilizing it with Apari very well. Yeah.
It's very hard to change what bans they have because it is like Liav's strongest champions are like the Irelia, the Kassadin, and you definitely don't want to like have to lane against those. And then on top of that, you don't really want Apari to get his comfort pick. So it's kind of like in phase 1 anyways, we definitely like don't really want to see any changes on the side of 101 Thieves. I think if Shen is willing to pick early, then we can get like a counter, like an attempt at a counter pick against Shen, maybe something a little bit stronger since the Darius has a hard time into Shen.
Yeah, I am curious to see if they have like some adaptations. I think Dave on an 80 carry might help this team so that Jonah doesn't feel forced into playing this like Darius character. Maybe like getting a champion like the Gragas into the Shen matchup, just something a little easier to play. Uh, I
Right.
think could work a lot better for him. Let me,
And we know, like, we're going to be playing with the Nautilus, we're going to be playing with the Tom Kench, and I don't know just how well Mel works with the champions. Obviously, I haven't really played with her or against her all that much, so I don't really know her limits when it comes to that, but definitely when playing like an engage, I feel like there are better champions that could function a little bit better with Nautilus. And then, like, once again, I'm very surprised that Nyla just went completely through the draft without being picked. I mean, I know Dave is very confident on that champion, so but maybe he just really wanted to run the Mel. Maybe the Mel was just is a really good pick, but I
yeah.
think in the case of 101 Thieves, they did just lack some of like the major DPS. I mean, Darius fell behind early, so their only source of like consistent damage was just not strong enough to run the game.
Yeah. As what time is draft? Give me 1 second. Sorry, I need to set all this shit up. I hate streaming sometimes.
You're good. The draft
Uh,
is right now.
fuck. Hold on.
They are actually like most like halfway through the draft pick right now.
Give me one
Actually,
second.
I think they may have started a little bit early.
I hate it here. It's fine. There it is. This is the old draft. Give me 1 second. All right. As we have draft standard bands versus SKT, and it looks like it is going to be the Katarina, Hui, and Tom Kench bands again. Mel is still the first pick into the uh, Zerath Nami, and then it looks like one of the Thieves is going for the Zinzao and the Nautilus here. And then they're just going to pick the Aphelios again. I do think the Zinzao adaptation is decent. This could mean that it's Jonah playing. I think he's historically been a really good Zinzao player. So we'll have to see how that goes. I do like this adaptation from 101 Thieves. We are going to be banning out the Mel here. I think that's really solid for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I failed to mention it, but I also was going to mention at some point that maybe Jonah would consider just swapping back into the jungle since the Skarner didn't work. Um, so see how that works out. See how Nishan can fare against Liav.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. It could also be Nishan on the Zinzao for the record. Doesn't really have to be that.
And
And it
there,
looks like Skarner band coming out. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, there was actually an additional adaptation where they did end up banning the Shen this time.
Yeah, they did
So
also ban
Liav
the
is not getting it
Lux.
again.
SKT is respecting the Lux damage that Juan was able to pull out. So
As I definitely wouldn't be surprised if that was a personal request from Lithia
Lithy, yeah,
from last game.
Safari is just gonna lock in the set again. He's very fixated on the set character as his second champion after Kane. So I'll have to see how it goes.
I definitely don't like it as much this game as I
Yeah,
did last game,
it's a
but
good counter
we'll
pick
also
into
go ahead and
Skarner,
see.
I think.
Right. And yeah,
But
we'll definitely see how one of these is going to respond.
absolutely, as it is going to be the Ari for one here. Does pair decently with the Zinzao. You get the charm into the chain CC from the Zinzao. Just has a lot of pick potential. Could do pretty well into the Zerath lane. I have to see what the punish is going to be from 101 Thieves. As you have to blind top lane. So and blinding into Liav is sort of spooky, but it's just going to be the Renekton. What is your counter into Renekton, Mr. Liav? You think it's Jonah on Renekton?
Um,
It's gonna be
I
Cho'Gath.
am not entirely sure. I mean, it could go either way right now.
I mean, Cho'Gath is good into what's this character called?
Renekton?
Yeah, Cho'Gath is decent into Renekton, right?
Yeah, and I definitely think SKT just wants that like big beef on their team. They're kind of running a similar comp to the previous game, but instead of
Shen.
yeah, that's the word that I was looking for. Instead of Shen, they just decided to swap it out with Cho'Gath, making Liao kind of like the weak side, but he's just able to hopefully scale and run the game kind of like he did last game.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me get these
I
in.
do like 101 Thieves comp a little bit better this game, a little bit less magic damage.
Yeah. You have.
But I do still think SKT has a big advantage over 101 Thieves because I still do believe that 101 Thieves lacks some of the damage that SKT has. Kind of like the previous
Yeah.
game.
Definitely.
SKT kind of has the copy paste, like you need this draft every game where it's just the tank, the front lines, and the damage in the back, where 101 Thieves just has a lack of consistent damage. So they have the front line, they don't have a tank really, and they don't really have anything to deal a ton of consistent damage.
Yeah. You're really relying on the Zins out and this Renekton to try to snowball here. So if they don't get like off to the races, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for the side of 101 Thieves. So let me finish all of this. Okay.
I am definitely really curious to see if Jonah and Nishan ended up swapping, or if
Yeah.
they're still just running
I have made the
a similar
educated
thing.
guess that they are not swapping. That's my prediction. And it looks like I'm correct. It is going to be Jonah top lane, at least in the spectator tool so far. So as we can check out some champion matchup stats here in a second.
Yeah, just
Uh,
looking at the roster tool, it does look like they're going to stay in the same positions, which I am personally a little bit disappointed about, but I think we have the chance to hopefully turn the game around, get our first win, and get the banger series.
yeah. As we're gonna look at past performances real quick here, we have Jonah on Renekton has not lost, but first time played. Liave on the Cho'Gath is 1-0. Pari is in fact 2-5 on the set. Is bringing it back, getting a 1 win. Or getting another win under his belt. One has been performing decently on the RA, or has a decent performance on the RA logged so far. Honan has played so much Xerath, but is 50% win rate on it, so I'll have to see how it goes. I think Dio has just got a win on the Aphelios, so this should look a bit better than last time. But Douglas is also 6-3 on the Nautilus. Has played a lot of Nautilus. His champion's very consistent, so I do like this pick from him. Just sort of does the same thing every game, but you don't really need to do much better than a champion who presses R and knocks someone up for like 10 years, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and just looking at like win rates, which isn't like the most important thing.
Yeah.
Definitely like just basing it off of that, it definitely looks more 101 Thieves side,
Yeah.
but I do think that SKT just has a better draft
Yeah, I'd agree.
for this game.
Season records, don't really care about this to be honest, but we can talk about it real quick. Zinzao has not been performing super great so far. Neither has Sat apparently, but I
Right.
don't know.
Just look at the amount of Nautilus and Nami games too, and just
Yeah,
the
we're
overall,
we're all,
there's just
all our
hundreds
support
of
players are
games.
just Nautilus Nami merchants, I guess. Holy Christ. Aphelios,
Absolutely love picks.
yeah, Val still doing decently. Arya's been picked a lot. Doesn't have like an insane win rate, but like definitely been very consistent for the players that play her. So I think definitely can do a lot of work. Honan is just perma Xerath merchant, I guess, but
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with him being in the mid lane, we just I think really Zera may be the only thing that he can play confidently in the mid
Yeah.
lane. I mean, Thresh isn't really the best mid laner. I mean, there is a chance with them not banning Thresh, he could swap with some of his other teammates, maybe try to have them play like Ari mid, for example. I think that's something they play, or instead of banning Lux, they could pick it and just throw it in the mid lane and have Honan on his probably his best pick. But I think right now they just really like to keep this current player setup where they have Honan play in the mid lane.
Holy, yeah. We do have to wait a couple minutes for the game to start. Let me see if I can fix my stream. Actually, give me 1 second. You guys can see my lovely background here.
So your stream will work a little bit better with you this time, hopefully.
Yeah, if not, we'll have to see how it goes. But
Just do it this way and not start our game 10 minutes in this time.
yeah, it is gonna be a little rough, but I think Dean might try to do something, but we'll have to see. There's some banger stuff going on in general chat. If you're not in Scrims Zone, LOL, go read that shit. That shit's funny as hell. Anyways, 2 minutes left. I'm gonna get some more water actually. As your certified yapper, I'm allowed water breaks while we wait, so I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Personally, I want this game. Okay, like in my heart, I want 3 games. My voice is saying I want 2 games. So we'll have to see who wins out here. But
I definitely would be happy to see the 3-game banger, but I do think right now it is looking like it is going to be the 2-gamer. Not to say I have no faith in 101 Thieves. This is still anybody's game. There is angles for them to get ahead, but I have a lot of faith in SKT's just general team comp right now.
okay, I'm fucking so intelligent. Hold on. Thank God. Okay, we got the borders back. That's mostly what I wanted to do. Alright, we can talk about runes a little bit. The Ave is going for the Conquered, or the Grasp setup on the... Actually, none of this looks very interesting, I cannot lie.
Yeah, this is like pretty stock standard, like just a pretty
Yeah,
stock standard, like
RE did go Electrocute this time around,
runes.
so I think because of the Electrocute buffs, I think this is worth taking again on mid laners. Electrocute was looking pretty weak beforehand, and I do think the 20 damage does matter a little bit for like thresholds on like assassination plays, so that's
Absolutely.
something.
I mean, all 3 of the domination tree rune all 3 of the top row domination tree runes were all buffed this last patch. Dark Harvest, I think, also got a lot of like strength put into it. A lot of people are like looking at it and saying, "Hey, this is like looking a little bit strong." It doesn't seem like anybody's really taking advantage of it yet.
Yeah.
And then also like what is it? Hail of Blades, I think got buffed for specifically melee champions.
Yeah.
I think it got its cooldown reduced to 10 seconds, and I think it gives a little bit more attack speed now.
Yeah.
And so all three of those runes had like a nice little buff added to them, making it so maybe like first strike will be taken as often on assassins, like or other types of runes, or for the assassins who already use like electrocute, Adivia, like all those characters now just do a little bit more damage.
Unable to download spectator data. The game will now exit. God, Riot is
Uh,
such my op today. Holy shit, bro.
Spectator Duel clearly does not want to work with you today.
By the way, Riot is after
So
me. Like you think I'm joking about the Shadow Cabal stuff? Nah, bro. They're here. They're after me, bro.
maybe before we talk about the who wins versus 101 Thieves and SKT, we should see who wins between Mason's client and streaming.
True. Holy fam. It's not loading. Please. Dog.
Maybe. Maybe we have to go back to the screen capture.
I am doing the screen capture right now.
Oh no.
Huh. We'll see if I can end the leak client task. We try again. It is okay. Whew. Maybe. Are we back, chat?
We may be back on the Spectator Hates You.
By the way, it's okay. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're so back. We're so back. We've never been more back in our lives. We had a little bit of a jump scare there, but we're so fucking back. God is good all the time. I love it. I love it.
Looks
We're
like
living
Mason's
good.
stream wins this time.
True. Fucking Riot Spectator client cannot hold us back, bro. We're so here.
Definitely gives its best effort.
Holy
Does look
shit.
like we're probably just going to be doing the standard 5 points. No, actually, yeah, it does look like we're just going to be doing a sort of 5 point. I definitely feel like
I
one
think
of
you
the
should
thieves
be
could look
watching
like an
Dry.
invade.
Yeah, they could also go for an invade. You have a lot of level 1 setup with the charm and the Nautilus hook, so
Yeah, and Ola's hook and his passive. So there's definitely like a very good invade angle. I just decided not to do this game.
yeah. It looks
Avery
like
is asking you to zoom out.
I need Avery to fuck
To
off. Just kidding. I'll do that. Just love you, Avery. Objective timers and zoom out, please. My bad, bro. I'm old. Let let Unk relax and like enjoy the fact that his stream works, bro. Please, man.
True. Actually, we were just fighting the spectator. The spectator. You gotta let us have a chance to.
To marinate in our victory, I think.
Hey, yeah.
Spectator tool, you shall not win today.
Yeah, the bot. I mean, items all look pretty standard.
Yeah.
Normal starting items.
Apari is
Nothing.
doing the greedy no potion start. I approve of this shit. I fucking hate buying potions as a jungler. You're supposed to do it in certain matchups, but like CBA dog, I want to say $50, 50 gold, so $50 bills in my bank account, bro.
And I definitely think having the potion is important if you do plan on scrapping with your opponent.
Yep.
Like if you plan on scrapping on bug or going straight for a gank, I think having the potion is important. But
Yeah.
that is not going to happen in this case.
Yeah. There's like some champions I like really value the extra 50 gold because like if you play like Udyr, you can't get Faded Ashes first back if you buy the potion. You have to skip it. So yeah, as Nishan has both of their camps warded, so they're going to spot him out eventually. He opts to skip the Raptors because he knows it's warded. So he's still not on vision yet. They don't know exactly where he is. They can kind of guess that he's on blue side, but he should be
Yeah.
revealed on this ward here as he paths up into it.
It does
There's gonna
also look
go.
like they have vision on his blue, so they are
Yeah.
about to find out where he is.
Yep.
So now they definitely know that Nishan is topside, having skipped to the Raptors, and Set is reaching the end of his clear already. We may be seeing stuff happen soon, especially with Arias pushed up as they are.
Charm does whiff or hit the minion. One of those two. Nautilus is looking for this hook, but is getting traded back on by the Aphelios here. As Jonah is looking for this trade. Does get the Q off. Get the trade down. Liave does get the grass proc, but not much really to be done. Zinzao is a camp down on a pari, but is he gonna go for the Raptor invade? This could be a little greedy if mid and jungle collapse. He can buy a lot of time, but it's gonna be a little bit. Alright, needs to start walking now. Board comes out from Apari, so they know he's on this. Okay, he just chooses to back out in a fight here. I guess spectator never wants to see this, but Theo is
They're more
chunking
interested in
out
what's happening about.
the Nautilus, so
It's definitely going to be very hard for Nautilus to look for an angle right now, with just how low he is.
oh, good charm from one. Oh, Root coming out. This could be a kill angle for the Zinzao here. Flash is burned prematurely. W coming out does manage to hit the W, and looks like knockup is gonna go down the root into the combo, and it looks like first blood going over to the side of 101 Thieves. I like this proactive play from their bot lane here, knowing you have so much CC set up from the bot side, and just walking bot lane with the Zinzao, layering your CC very well. Good shit.
Yeah, this is a crazy walk around with Zinzao, skipping Raptors, running all the way to top side, and then running all the way back to bot lane and getting a kill is
Yeah.
very funny, but I
Pari
respect
doesn't
it.
have any kill camps to take, so not a whole lot of advantage being able to be claimed here. Jonah is trading very well onto Liave. It could be a solo kill. The silence coming out. Do you not just flash and try to get the auto, or are we not greeters here? Is gonna
Oh,
greet for the wave here though. Apari is here. Does have the flash. Ooh. Oh, good double dash from Jonah, just barely managing to get out here, wasting the Apari's time and burning his flash too. So well played.
this is a very close fight in the top lane.
Yeah, it does also have TP, so it can't really get punished for this as well. So I guess the punish is he used TP to lane, but that's not the point. Oh, good charm from one here. Gets the electrocute proc. You see that damage coming out is pretty crazy. Has a base, can TP for these grubs, so I'll have to see what they go for here.
Yeah, Jonah does lose a little bit of tempo because now Cho'Gath does have a TP advantage over him.
Yeah,
We'll see if Cho'Gath is able to take advantage of that.
yeah, they do manage. Okay, they are gonna go into this ulti or this grubs fight if they go for it with Ari ult up. Zinzao should get 6 off of one of the grubs. Maybe I'm not entirely sure what his XP is looking like. I can check actually. Why am I not doing that?
I think with him
He's not
skipping
going to.
Raptors, he will not get 6 off
Yeah,
of
I think he'll be one camp off.
Grubs.
It looks like they are just going to give this. They know that they can't really fight for this Herald. Renekton with ulti plus Ari with ulti. If Jonah can get these grubs and then just walk straight bot lane, I think they can take this fight. Uh, Looks like Liave is getting better of Jonah in these trades. They
Jonah definitely wants to keep an eye out. Because Cho'Gath does have his ultimate now.
Zinzao
He's
is
looking for
gonna
a snack.
channel base and then cancel it. I really would like to see him just channel base here. Try to get to the bot side play. You can definitely contest the set here on the dragon if they choose to start it. You have so much fire bot side. Ari with ulti is way stronger than Xerath with ulti if they're there on the fight first. Looks like they are just gonna greed for this top play. Okay, good flash from Liav, good E to follow the flash from Nishan is what I meant to say. And it looks like this could be a solo kill. Looks like they're going under the tower, and he's
Oh,
going to live. Oh my gosh, a disastrous play, and a kill going over to Liav here. Doesn't manage to get the Cho'Gath stack, but going under tower, definitely a little ambitious for the side of 101 Thieves.
did look very close with just not quite enough damage to
Yeah.
finish him off.
TP is coming out. Joan choosing to ulti and try to go for this. Brother, he is double giant spell. This trade is bad for you, dog. Looks like slow is gonna come down, just trying to poke as hard as humanly possible. W coming out from the Xerath, just trying to poke out the Mel here. Looks like Juan is gonna be here though. Nishan making sure they secure the red, does ding 6 off of this, so waiting for the Ari to clear the ward as well. I do like this play, just making sure that he can get here undetected. Could be a steal here for the side of 101 Thieves. Ulti W stun coming out. Ooh, good smite combo from the Apari here. Ulti coming out though, they can't really follow up. And it looks like it is going to be 1 kill over for the side of 101 Thieves. See if they can get any more. They lost the objective, but everyone is here with fight with their ultis, and it looks like they are just going to pick 3 more up potentially. Nautilus ult coming down, the Ghost comes out, but it looks like all of the CC is going to be landing from the side of 101 Thieves. And once again, the Melmadarda has 3 kills, baby!
Yeah, unfortunately, they did get the Drake. However, they also traded 4 kills for it.
Yeah, not Zinzao. I think Nautilus and the Ari just really found like a good angle into this fight. Ari able to dash in sort of unchecked, and the Mel was just able to just start free hitting. Crucially, I think Nishan got like a really good ulti off. Like he tanked a lot of the set damage, and then they just couldn't finish him off with the Xerath ulti because of the Zinzao ultimate. So I think that was really well played from 101 Thieves.
Yeah, and additionally, I think L was landing some huge E's, just landing a lot of
Yeah.
roots, like getting it through the entire team. So
Yep.
it's just very well played. A very good cleanup coming from 101
Yeah.
Thieves.
Definitely, you're saying worth after that. As they're going to try to clear upwards with the Zinzao, you definitely want to go for this because you can get 6 grubs onto your Renekton, which I think is really good. Renekton does sort of want to side lane into the Cho'Gath here. I don't know what builds. Okay, hook onto the minion is a little unfortunate for the Nautilus, but it doesn't really amount to anything. I don't know
They
what
definitely
builds. Go ahead. Sorry.
they want to be careful trading bot lane because Aphelios, well, I guess I'm lying because Aphelios just lost his red white, but I was going to say he had red white, so they may not want to look super hard for an angle right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think White Gun in general is just kind of bad to trade into, like, regardless of the secondary. Like, it's the 1v1 potential on that gun is, like, really good, right? Oh, good Q coming out. Does manage to dodge the Q from the Nami and gets a decent trade onto the Aphelios here. It's going to take a
So,
base here, though. Well, grubs are fine.
fantastic cook from Nautilus, burning both barrier and flash off of Dio.
Yeah. Good reflect, just reflecting the empowered Q. From the range Q from the Aphelios. Yeah, Mel is doing so
Okay,
much
do you see
damage.
Mel
Oh my
ultimate, so
gosh,
she is going to be able to turn.
illuminate them all, bro. Sheesh. Well played. Giving the kill to the Nami is not the worst thing on planet Earth. Like, you're so okay trading 1-for-1 on the Nami. Nami gets the shutdown as well. Looks like 101 Thieves is going to try for this. The charm going out. The W misses, but Honan might just be dead here. Good ultimate just to make sure that they can't stick on top of you. And it looks like Apari does get another really nice stun, but the Juan does still have ultimate, and this should just be a wipe for the side of 101 Thieves here. As it looks like Liave is going to get chunked out, and another kill going over to the Ari here. He's so big.
That was a very good Ari pick, and also Set ended up using W on one of the grubs, so he didn't have it up for that fight, unfortunately, so he wasn't able to, like, get any
Buy time.
trade-off.
Yeah. And you're seeing the power of this 2v2 lane. Like, you're seeing Nishan and Rex really just move together and try to play with each other really well. Like, they're finding a lot of really good angles from that. They're playing together so well. Like, the Ari charm into the Zinzao combo is just so
combos,
lethal.
yeah.
Sorry,
They're definitely getting a lot of value out of that pick.
I'm losing my ability to speak English, I think, as the night continues. So we'll see how cognizant I am in Game 3. If we go to
If there's a Game 3.
I'm rooting for the Game 3. Don't get it twisted. But yeah.
Or will be speaking in, like, wing bings or something.
True. Yeah, as Jonah is going for another aggressive trade. Did opt for the Black Cleaver Rush, just to try to shred Liav if he gets any armor, but Do you not go Bork on Renekton anymore? Is this not a real build? It could be a solo kill
I
here though.
I think I've played like 3 games of Renekton in total, so I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Since I'm going for the Sundered Sky first item, this is like a pretty standard bruiser first item. It gives you a lot of value on the uh on like a first item spike, getting like the extra healing and the crit if you hit different targets. Just makes you really tanky. I know some Xin Zhao builds used to go like Titanic Rush, so you could get the third auto instantly. But I do sort of like this because you're trying to be like solo frontline as the Xin Zhao, or like you're trying to buy a lot of time versus these champions. So getting the heal early, I think, is really good.
Yeah, do you
Ooh,
also
charm
think since
flash.
ooh,
Oh, solo kill from Juan here. Well played. Does manage to get a really good charm flash or flash charm onto their team. Apari is behind them. Does manage. Oh my gosh. They played that so well, but the W coming out. Oh, but the Mel Reflect. It looks like they are going to trade 1-for-1. Holy shit. They played that so well, by the way. Jesus Christ. And Nishan is here with the follow-up. TP coming out from the Ari, and it looks like it's going to be a fucking wipe for the side of SKT. 4-for-1, baby. Holy shit. Dude,
that was very well played by Dave.
oh my gosh, this guy is fucking juiced, by the way. Hello? Insane flash. Flashing him into the tower as he's ulting. That was crazy, bro.
I'm just completely denying the haymaker by using his own
Holy
reflect.
shit. Yeah, that was so insane. So well played from the side of 101 Thieves. This Dave guy might be a good AD carry player. Thoughts? As he's playing a mage?
Yeah, unfortunately, 80 carry is not a real role right now, so it's
Oh,
actually just
okay.
AP carries.
Liav
It
is
does
beast
look
mode,
like
though.
Liab just chomps the Renekton, which we are going to have to look out for in the later parts of the game.
Yeah,
Do
Cho'Gath.
you think? Oh, actually, it looks like they're about to collapse on Liab.
Yep. Cho'Gath is gonna be here. Get fucking locked, CC'd up, and kill goes on to Nautilus, but a little unfortunate. But I think that's the best you can do. What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna ask, do you think Xin Zhao, because he's looking to be a bit tankier, is he going to be looking for an eclipse?
It could be. Oh my gosh, Thea just gets fucking obliterated by the Mel Zinzao combo. Holy. As Ari does manage to pick up first tower here, I believe. Yep, first tower. This should be feats, right? Yeah, feats
I
for the side of 101 Thieves. Oh my gosh, illuminate their lives, and Dave is just popping the fuck off on the Smell character. Could be another pick for Honan. Stun coming out from Jonah into the Zinzao combo, and it looks like it's just gonna be wraps for them. Double grubs doing so much damage to these towers.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot of value out of Mel this game. It's very strong.
So it looks like they are just gonna try to pump damage into the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath getting the hard steel proc. Rex might be a little cooked here, but does have the ultimate. Chooses to dash away here and just is gonna kite him out here. Nishan is here though. Could be a play. Does dodge the vision with the wall and looks like he is gonna get another kill here. Just waiting for cooldowns, and yeah, the Ari is fucking popping the fuck off.
That was a very nice CC chain on the Cho'Gath.
Yeah, if you saw that vision play, I think he played that super well. Like he dodged he didn't walk straight at him. He made sure like he walked forward a little bit and then like dodged around the wall to make sure that they couldn't see him. I thought that was really well played. Dio just flashing away from the Renekton, who's 4 levels up, 3 levels up.
Feeling like an 80 carry.
True. As we'll have to see how 101 Thieves wants to play out this back half of the game. Onus is really on them to try to like snowball their games here. Good stun from Honan just to mitigate the potential engage from Nautilus.
Yeah, and with Cho'Gath being the only person on Skaven kill team that's ahead right now, we're definitely going to have to see how they plan on returning from this game, flipping everything around. I do still think if the game goes long enough, it will go into their favor.
Yeah, just because of how tanky Cho'Gath can get. You were right, by the way. This is going to be the Eclipse from the Xin Zhao. I think it's probably correct. You do want to do a little more damage. I think getting the Sundered Sky first item does make you a little tankier, so I kind of fuck with it. But I do kind of like getting another damage item of some kind. Good charm.
Yeah, I was
TC
thinking that max
blocking
health
this.
damage is going to be very useful against their strongest member currently.
Ulti coming out from Juan here should be able to get a kill. Good charm. Like, these charms are magnetic, by the way. He's hitting every single fucking one of these things.
He has been landing those.
So it looks like Dave is outputting quite a lot of damage on this Mel. This Mel 80 carry pick is feeling quite strong here, is it not? Definitely better
Uh,
mid lane. Better than mid lane, I think.
Absolutely. I think Mel is just very strong in the bot lane right now. She can be a good counter pick in the mid lane, but I don't think she has a lot of strength as a blind pick in mid lane, anyways.
Yeah.
But I've at least definitely seen when I have seen her, she has definitely been very strong coming out of the bot lane.
Yeah, it's just I think there's less 80 carry champions that can punish her, and then you just get to scale for free. And this character, I think, scales decently on like, or at least I think she spikes really hard on 2 items, and then just can snowball a game from there. I don't know, something like
Right.
that. Not
And
too
you are
bad.
kind of right. We did lock in an 80 carry. 80 carries are very, very good right now, I think.
Surely.
And by that I mean extremely bad, so
Yeah,
Mel
there's
is
like
a
a
great pick into the class that is already not doing great right now, but
yeah.
that's just League of Legends.
There's like some 80 carries that are doing fine, but I don't know if it's just a little rough for them. Looks like the next fight is going to be this dragon fight. Ishana's down here. Juan is just styling on everyone in the solo lane. Another magnetic charm and just another solo kill onto Honan here. It's just a mid
Those are
diff, to be honest with
very
you.
good picks. Yeah, very good picks coming out of Juan this game. Good performance on the Ari. This is just going to net them their next dragon.
Yeah, Apari is
Looking at
here.
the gold, um, One on Thieves is almost 10,000 gold ahead, which is just
W coming
absolutely
out. Ulti
insane.
flash from flash into Lithy, but could potentially live here. Nope. Psych, the Haymaker coming out, and a shutdown is going to go onto Apari. 1 for 1 and a dragon. You do lose like a lot of. You do give the set a lot of gold, but it's so hard to
Yep,
play set into this comp, I think.
I definitely agree. There, it is 8,000 gold straight into his wallet though, so maybe he will be able to utilize that.
Yeah. No, it's just going to try to fish for Jonah here. You lose this Jonah, by the way. He just beats the dog shit out of you. You, you don't win this, Jonah. Please leave.
Yeah, it does
Please leave.
unfortunately look like Jonah has been outscaled by the Cho'Gath already, even though he's a level ahead. Oh,
Oh, wait.
we
Hold
may
on.
be
Hold
capping.
on. I might
Jonah
be
made the
lying.
see
Never mind.
better.
He's the goat. He's
Yep.
the goat. He's the goat.
Never
He's the goat. He's
mind.
the goat.
Jonah's just he's just the best. Like honestly, shame on us for doubting him.
Yeah, definitely played it really well, dodged every single one of his cues. I'm a fucking liar. I'm a Jonah doubter, what can I say? Apari is behind him here. Is gonna hit the E, gets the stun, but Jonah just double dashing away. It does burn the flash. Does go for the Q here. I think you were out, dog. I don't think you had to walk back for that, but I've done enough
That's
Jonah
alright.
hating today. I've
He's
done
yeah.
enough Jonah hating today. He got 1 for 1, 1-on-1v1 he shouldn't have. He's the beast. As it looks like there is a potential pick here. The Honan stun is gonna come out. Flash coming out from Dave here. Good hook onto the not or onto the Xerath, but not enough damage coming out from the Xin Zhao to really confirm the kill. But they are gonna get a side lane tower here. It is gonna be Voracious Autocon in the top side, so I have to see if
And
they
they
have any
immediately
breath.
got that herald and immediately made use of it. With how bloody this game has been for the side of 101 Thieves, how many kills they've gotten, I'm not surprised that it is the Flower Otacon this time, which I think that is the symbol for it, right?
No, that's Ruin It. Or no, this is Voracious.
This is voracious. I think Ruinous Otacon may actually be fake.
Yeah, I mean, the early game was kind of slow for the side of both teams. Good charm from Rex, ulting in. Can definitely pick up Dio here. Illuminating their lives once again. Mr. Mark Spector on the Mel here, doing so much damage, and it looks like it is just going to be a 3-for-1 here. Ari is still doing a fantastic job setting up his team, by the way. Even if he's trading 1-for-1, you're getting so much value out of these Ari charms. Hook coming out onto the set here. Ulti on top of the Mel here. Good reflect, but Xerath ulti is just gonna come out and pick up the kill here. Nishan is gonna get here in time. W is gonna come out, but doesn't manage to connect.
I do think even though Melda is very strong this game, she does have the chance to fall off really hard because I feel like whenever I've played against her, whenever I've seen her played, once the tanks start building some MR, her ability to deal damage to them just reduces significantly. She seems
Yeah.
to just have a very hard time shredding through tanks through both their HP and their resistances. So there is a chance that Cho'Gath and Set will just become too hard for her to kill.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Jonah is gonna go for the steal, bro. We didn't use the shield break. Dog, you're just dead. Maybe not. I've doubted Jonah before. Is he out? The Great Escape? Okay, I just need to close my mouth when it comes
Yes.
to Jonah.
I definitely agree that he's being a little bit ambitious, but it doesn't
That is
matter
a
if it
reach.
works, right?
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Could be a collapse here. Stun coming out from the Renekton here. The Zinzao knockup coming out. They are just going to try to DPS him down. It is the double AD champions, so it's going to be a little hard, but ulti, it does get wasted from the side of SKT, and Ari just ulting in and charming up the God, I can't speak English, the Xerath, and just managing to go 2 for 0 in
Honan
that
just
play.
also trading the same amount of ambition, trying to help his teammate out, just getting caught by the Ari who went around the corner.
Yeah. I think this might be a Spear Shojin's. Oh, no, these are also components for Sterax. I'd like the Sterax a little more. I think you need to be this beefy frontliner a little bit. You want to try to min-max your ability to frontline. Jonah might be dead here. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Gets the tower at least. Ulti coming out. Oh, but he lives. He's
Jonah's
delivering.
gonna escape once again.
I need to
He
stop.
is a liver.
I need to stop. Jonah hate is not valid. Oh my gosh, ulti and charm coming out from the Ari. Does manage to pick up the Nami, and does also pick up the Aphelios as well for a clean 2 for nothing once again. Ari just ulting in on off cooldown, by the way, just getting so many good picks. So you're gonna start up the dragon.
It's just an insane lead over on 1-1 Thieves side right now, having a 10k gold difference.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, they can just slap them with their wallets.
Yeah.
If they keep contesting fights, we'll see if they try to take advantage of Baron.
This can't be correct, right?
I definitely think it is a Hail Mary to try to take that Otacon, especially with how much damage it does. It's practically impossible, I feel like, to do as 2 people. I think you do unfortunately need your whole team in order to get the GA Otacon. And you're taking a ginormous risk by starting it like they just did.
Okay, yes, but Udyr can solo it, so lick my balls.
Well, Udyr is a special little bear man.
True. Mason, does it smell like burnt toast? Yes. It is a little hard out here. Looks like they are going to try to start it up from the side of 101 Thieves. Ari is not here critically, so this could be a really good angle. Ulti coming out onto the Mel. Does get the double stun off. The Mel W was used, and Apar does manage to find the assassination onto the 101 Thieves 80 carry, and it looks like starting the fight without the Ari does cost them, crucially, their Mel ADC. The Ari does get knocked up, but it looks like they are going to keep picking up these kills onto the Ari here. And then it looks like they are going to get traded back. Dio is just sort of playing the backline threat. It looks like Zinzao is going to try to E in, and they're going to give another shutdown. And it looks like, oh my gosh, but the fucking Otacon, Honan, stop hitting it!
Honan he needs to run. That Otacon will beat him up. He may be able to get
actually.
it.
Oh, no, but it
he flashed! Oh no! Yeah, unfortunately, as we saw there, the Otacon is not something you want to contest when everybody's alive on either team, because it just does so much damage. It shreds your resistances, and so being the first team to start it, as we saw, actually punished 101 Thieves in a sense, because they lost so much HP. They started without Ari, they had their resistances shredded, they had a hard time winning the fight afterward, getting them killed. And then obviously it also worked in their favor, because the Otacon just sucked like all the life out of all of SKT.
Yeah.
So that Otacon is not is not an objective to play around. It is definitely an objective you want to hit when you know you are going to get it.
Yeah. To give some credit to SKT, I think trading kills in this manner is good for them. You just get a bunch of shutdowns for free. You are able to get some gold back into your pocket, as it looks like they are just going to start it up again. They know this time they have the Ari, so they can just turn and try to fist fight if they really want to. Apari is here though. Good. Charm does kind of go wide here. Ulti coming out onto Apari. Good block from the Mel, just trying to survive here, and they do manage to pick off Dio here. Kill going onto the Cho'Gath here, but I don't think they have enough damage to kill off the back line or the front line of 101 Thieves, as another root comes out from the Mel, and it looks like this Cho'Gath is gonna die. Does manage to get fucking killed by the Xerath here though. He is getting so much damage on the backside here. Jonah does get the stun off, but once again, these kills are good for SKT more than they are 101 Thieves. Like, you want to get your carries accelerated.
SKT has slowly been pulling back their gold lead. I mean, it is only by like 3,000 now, but that's 3,000 more gold than they had before, just because of how hard they are fighting over this Otacon. And 101 Thieves just keeps starting it when the entirety of SKT is alive.
I need someone from this game to submit that clip for the Wood Elo. I mean, yeah, it has to be someone who played. I can't do that shit. But holy Christ, that was some peak. That was peak League of Legends, and it came from Europe or whatever the G2 line is.
That was a very funny fight. Unfortunately, nobody gets the Otacon.
Yeah,
because that thing is just ready to throw hands with everybody.
We're just gonna fist fight for this Otacon forever. Alternatively, they've wasted so much time fighting for this Otacon. 101 Thieves still does have a 7k gold lead, so like, you could just go for Infernal Soul. Like, you have that option. Your team is so far ahead. Just pick up Infernal Soul.
They definitely can do that. I do feel like throughout the like Otacon fights, we have already noticed that Cho'Gath is starting to scale. He is starting to get harder to kill. So we definitely have to keep an eye out for that. It does also look like SKT is potentially trying to just trade Soul for Baron and Otacon.
They're gonna do a little sneaky deaky.
Looks like they're not quite able to get away with it though. That would be an insane trade going over to SKT.
I mean,
if they were able to get that off.
So it is gonna be a little difficult for them to start either objective. Looks like they are just gonna start the dragon here. Yeah, they're just gonna hard force this dragon. They're gonna try for this Baron. They need to rush this as fast as possible. No bullshit, just DPS.
We're gonna hope that Aphelios has enough damage right now to be able to burst that thing down.
Yeah, and they are critically. They do have to use the smite on this dragon. They're gonna try to rotate up. Nishan is just gonna say, "Fuck it, we can't make it in time. I'm just gonna go hit my red buff." Valid, honestly, King. I fuck with that energy as a jungler. Fuck the Baron. We're never getting there in time. Just hit my red buff. I want to be strong. Fuck you guys. And another pretty decent trade for, like, I think we saw this in one of the earlier series where you just trade Soul for Baron, and like SKT does this trade quite often, so it looks like they're gonna try to use this Baron to get as much gold as possible. 101 Thieves might just try to hit the Otacon. Are we gonna for the Otacon part 3? Oh, you can also just collapse on the off.
I think it is Otacon part 3.
Wait, Jonah does get the ulti off.
Do you have Jonah straight in their backline, one-shotting Dio?
Dio's just out of this fight.
Yeah, just barely getting out of it. This is gonna be a very bad fight for SKT if they can't get out.
To try to get over here. Has no ulti though, so critically cannot be useful in this fight regardless. Apari is going to go for this. It looks like it is just going to be a clean fucking wipe for the side of 101 Thieves, losing almost nobody except their AD carry. And do they go for the Otacon? Do they go for the end? They're going for the Otacon.
They are going to go for the Otacon.
I think there was an
angle,
but no,
there was an angle. Yeah, but they would have to go all the way to bot lane.
Yeah.
I do think it is just better to get the GA and try to just hard punish their base. Try to get that bot tower, try to get that mid tower probably.
I do want to shout out Jonah on that play though. He, knowing that they're going to try to walk that way and just sitting in that bush, getting a really, really good cheese onto Dio was super critical for them in that fight.
Yeah, that is like their damage carry right now, so being able to take out Dio was just vital for that fight. I mean, Nami also wasn't able to get to the fight, so it was just a 4v3 while Jonah blew up their backline.
Yeah. Definitely, you can see that Dio is trying to optimize against these mages. Does have the mob Malmortius. I'm not sure how much of a fan I am of this. You're getting one shot anyways. Like, might as well just try to out DPS them. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I'm never a fan of building defensively on AD carries. If your team can't peel you, the game is fucking lost already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I definitely think Aphelios is looking for his three. Oh my goodness, I have a bubble in my throat. A 3-item power spike.
Do you smell burnt toast,
Because
Bean?
I can't smell anything right now. But anyways, yeah, I definitely think Aphelios is trying to look for his 3-item power spike, and so having the Maw of Malmortius does slow that down. He may be able to get value out of it later if the game even goes long enough. But right now they do have
Ari
GA.
does whiff, but the ulti coming out and the electrocute damage is just so large in this late game. By the way, he's getting so much value. Am I quiet? Hold on, let me turn my mic up.
It's definitely a huge pick to have on the side of
Yeah.
101
Oh my
Thieves
gosh.
because they do still
Zenzawa is
have their Guardian Angel
balls deep in the
and they
fucking fight. Does manage to
are
get the
able to
kill
just
though.
kill people, and there's no punishment for dying right now.
Yep.
And so they are just going to be able to like force into their base,
Jonah
try to
has
get the
TP as
towers.
well. Uh, Jonah is also on
Jonah
the bot side getting the tower.
TP,
I'm
so he
blind.
can
I'm
just.
blind. I'm blind. I'm blind. Yeah, I thought it was Jonah who died. It was the Zenzawa who died.
You know what? You're right. I kind of thought the same thing, but that's okay. It's just the Jonah hate. Like it's just
Yeah,
ingrained in our
we're
souls,
coordinated.
apparently.
Yeah, yeah. He betrayed you. I just am his op from like 3 seasons ago. You understand?
We actually do see some of the Maw coming out for Dio. He was able to just survive that interaction between Mel and himself because of that Maw. So
Yeah, definitely getting the retreat off, or the withdrawal. Rex does manage to get the inhib here. Double side lane inhibs are down right now, so
I
definitely a
was gonna
really
mention
uncomfortable spot for 101 Thieves.
101 Thieves was gonna have to be a little bit careful if they kept going because their GA did just like run out. It's like had Rex got caught there, he would have just died.
Yeah, as it looks like next objective isn't going to be up for a while, and we'll have to see where they choose to go from here.
All right, now they're definitely just hoping to be able to just try their best to like siege mid or get some of the waves switched out, try to get those supers into their base so they have to start responding to those.
Yeah.
Fortunately for them, the supers will still be spawning by the time the next few objectives are coming up. And with supers being in both top and a bot lane, they're definitely going to have a team split.
Ooh, ulti coming out. Good Zanya's, but I don't know if it saves you. Good W does manage to flash out. Oh my gosh, the most
Wow.
war criminal fucking champion I've ever witnessed in my life, by the way. Holy!
Definitely caught out, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the team is here now, though, so we're gonna have to see if they can. Where's Blue Buff going, by the way? Nishan might be caught here, though. Does not. Okay, but Ari is onto the backline. Does manage to pick up the Nami here, and Aphelios just gets fucking so much HP back with Red Gun. Jonah is dashing in here, though. Does flash onto the Aphelios here. Does manage to pick him up, and Honan needs to start backing off here. Nishan is threatening the Zerath here onto the backline, and does manage to get the dash. Gets the huge fucking heal from the Sundered Sky, and it looks like it is just going
Yeah.
to be a wipe.
And with supers already in their base, it looks like this is just going to be the end of the game.
Yeah, Jonah is just going to TP into their base. Super well
Making
played.
the lineup for the series a 1-1.
Yeah. I think I am going to give this MVP to Juan. His Ari charms have been incredible. Every single fight they have won, they're getting like minimum 3 kills off the Ari, bro. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Well, good shit
No,
from Juan.
Ari played that game very, very well. I do
Yeah.
think he does deserve that MVP for this game.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
kind of like I said, I was hating on the comp that on the side of 101 Thieves, but like I said, it was anybody's game, and they did end up just getting like 30 more kills than SKT. So I guess in an ideal world, if they're even, I think it's favored towards SKT, but they just fell too far behind in almost every lane except for top.
Yeah.
So
And that is sort of the
that
weakness
is
of SKT. They are, I, it is sort of ride or die with how Liave performs, and I think it was sort of exemplified how hard they kind of exploited the top side here. So, or the bot side here, and mid. I think Mr. Juan on the RA has been fucking beast mode in this series, so I'll have to see how he does in this game.
Yeah, Ari and Zhao worked together very well that game. I mean, Dave just ran the bot lane, so with all of that, they were just able to get themselves together and secure that win, making it a 1-1. So you do end up getting the 3-game banger,
They want my
which
voice to kill
I'm excited
myself, I
to see.
guess.
Like,
I'm
your
excited.
voice aside, like, it's hype because I just was really like, I was looking forward to having these two teams face just because of how I knew they would play out. So having
Yeah.
that go to a game 3 is just, it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely been a banger series so far, don't get me wrong. I love casting these fucking bangers, but holy shit, it's been something to watch so far. I'm curious to see what adaptations SKT has to make. I think onus is now back on them to try to make the draft adaptations, try to uh exploit the weaknesses of 101 Thieves, and I'm curious to see where they land in terms of what to pick. I don't know if they'll revisit the Aphelios here. I think this game Dave kind of got a feel for it, and I think they should try to alter their 80 carry pick to something different, but we'll have to see. I need to pee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but all things considered, Ari did play that game extremely well. Nishan played that very well. The picks from Renekton were just very good. Like overall, One on Thieves just played that game so well. I was very hyped to see it. Those Otacon fights, like the absolute scrapping that just the back and forth on Otacon was absolutely hilarious to watch, especially when Otacon just destroyed their team. It was very interesting to see. It was very fun to see. That was just a good time. It was a good scrap. They just them running back over to it, scrapping again. Fucking, it was just awesome. That was an awesome game. That was an awesome game to watch. And game 1 also was just a banger to see. I can't wait to see how they will adapt for game 3. I am expecting to see at least something change with Mel. I wouldn't be surprised if SKT decides to take the blue side, maybe to try to take Mel. Maybe they'll take blue side and just ban the Mel, and then maybe they have a prio pick that they'd prefer to have. But I definitely feel like in some sense they should not be letting Dave have Mel again. And then obviously they don't really want like Skarner to go through. I definitely think SKT is just in a rougher spot now because they know they don't want to let Mel through, but they also have other champions that they're going to have to deal with. So I am curious to see how they'll adapt. Maybe they will put Honan on Thresh in the bot lane, and maybe they'll try to, or yeah, maybe like blue side. They take blue side. They first pick Ari. They ban Mel, and they take Ari, put Honan on the Thresh, and I think that would be a great angle to take for the team because the enemy support is not going to take Thresh. So I definitely think that is a look that they can try to do, or maybe they will just go with Xerath again. But
Yeah, I'm back by the way. Hello. I
welcome
do
back.
think I don't know if we should be banning Katarina in the first 3 bans. Based on their last couple drafts. I know Juan has been popping the fuck off, but I think Katarina is a bit of an easier champion to shut down in like these coordinated games, especially if you're comfortable on champions like Lissandra, these like hard lockdown CC champions. I don't know if they really need to keep going back to the Xerath. It's good, but I don't know. It just feels a little rough pigeonholing yourself so hard into this Xerath pick.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately, yeah, that is like the only pick I think he can confidently run in mid lane. And so
how
I
hard?
definitely
Okay,
think
I agree
like
with you, but how hard is Lissandra to play? Seriously,
I think
genuine
if
question.
you are uncomfortable on a champion and you're playing into someone who's at least super comfortable in their champion, they may figure out how to beat you. Like
Yeah.
they may beat you. And so I think I can see why you wouldn't want to just leave it up and then pick Lissandra, but I also think that one of SKT's strengths is the fact that they can swap. Like even if they swapped, like maybe they swap Liav mid. Maybe they have Liav like counter. Maybe Liav can play Lissandra.
Yeah.
Like maybe Liav can pick Lissandra if they pick Katarina as a counter pick, and then they put Honan and put him on Thresh top or something. Like I know he's not new to that. Or just have Honan play Cho'Gath or Something like that. Maybe weak side Honan top if they really don't want to swap up their bot lane, or put Honan on Thresh is what I was suggesting earlier, and then maybe like just put Dio or Lithy mid and have them on Ari, try to take it away from Han. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely think they should look to try to swap something up in their lanes, take advantage of the fact that they are capable of lane swapping.
I have to remake assets. Assets are wrong. Sides are wrong. I hate it here.
It's so over.
It's so cooked, bro. I can't be asked, to be honest with you. I'm gonna kill myself. We can just talk about draft and then I'll remake assets here in a second. It looks like it's going to be the SKT first pick the Xerath again. SK 101 Thieves did do the correct bans. They kept bans the exact same. So we'll have to see. I guess adaptations are gonna have to come later into the draft. So
I go and pull up draft.
yeah, give me 1 sec.
I see it. I just don't agree with the Xerath first pick. I don't agree with the Katarina. I think they're just gonna play Mel again, and as we saw, it performed.
Yeah, they're gonna do the
Like,
exact same
we're just
thing on
gonna
red
play
side.
Nautilus Mel again. Like, I feel like there's a lack of adaptation this time that I think we needed to let Katarina through and just ban Mel and
Yeah,
have maybe some lane swaps, try something different.
just do anything different, please. I'm begging you. They're picking Valiant for sure, but like,
Right.
just do anything different after.
I
this, please.
guess we will see if they even pick Mel here, which it looks like they're like waiting on it. So maybe they're a little tired of the Mel. They're a little bored.
Oh, we're going for the Zinzao here. Okay,
Sure.
we're gonna let Mel through. I think they think they don't have any prio on Mel. They can't play it, which I kind of agree with, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think she's either going to be a third pick or they may end up banning her. But that may be okay because Dave may be looking to just get like counterpick. We do see the Nautilus Nami matchup again. Another Xerath, another Zinzao. It's looking very similar to last game.
Yeah, assets are flipped. I'm fixing it right now. I think. Did that fix it?
We actually have
No, it did not. Fuck.
potentially Ezreal coming out on SKT. And yeah, SKT just locks in Ezreal. I personally have a personal vendetta against that champion, so I won't say too much about it, except that is the pick of all time. I'm interested to see how it will play out.
Oh no, this is correct. No, it's not. Fuck.
No, it's not. SKT is on blue side. So right now, SKT is on blue side. We do see Ari come out for 101 Thieves again. Going on to Juan, he played it really well last game. We do see the Shen ban come out again. I hope to see a Mel ban.
Yeah. To be fair,
Yeah.
how is the Ezreal Nyla matchup, by the way?
I definitely think Nyla can just wholly run that lane because Ezreal can't Q her. Ezreal can't like auto her, like, and that's a huge part of his kit. He can eat away, but he can also just dash right back onto her.
I think
we're talking about Ezreal, him.
Yeah, I think this is about to. I think they might go for the Nyla here. I'm not sure though. I want to see Dave Nyla. Please lock in Dave Nyla.
Yeah, me
please,
too. I definitely
please.
Dave, like maybe looking for like a last pick. Really see if it's like the goated pick. I mean, Jonah's blind picked it the past 2 games. Why not do it again? Give their strongest player the counter pick and see if he can get the Nyla. It actually looks like there's not a pick. They were thinking a little bit too hard. Their neurons were firing.
Oh, I just had the thing on top wrong. Like the names are correct. The symbols on the top are incorrect. I'm stupid. Who cares?
Close enough. Let's see if we hear anything about what they picked. Jonah's team picked Kaisa. And it looks like in response, SKT is taking Akali and
Liave Akali? Game 3? Oh, this is so hype. Give me 1 sec. I can get this swapped correctly.
Yep. And the Vi. So we, in response to the Kaisa, we are looking to just dive right on that champion. The Vi ultimate is going to be just locking herself on and beating him up. The Akali is going to be looking to just make Kaisa's day very hard this game.
I do like them finally changing at least something in this draft. I'm not sure if I agree with the change, but uh,
Yeah, I definitely think.
I like the Akali pick from uh from Liav. I think he's really good at punishing players and like getting out of lane and really hard carrying his team, but I don't know. It's sort of hard to play Vi here with like your team that wants to disengage so hard. We'll have to see though. As let me remake our assets one final time because I'm
Yeah, they are definitely lacking in a little bit of a front line over on SKT's side. Renekton is a big boy, and he will tank and heal and whatnot. I do think Vi does have an angle to like tank at least some damage, but she is the sole target right now, especially like you said, the rest of their team is trying to play from range. The rest of her team is trying to back off. Ezreal's trying to E away, Nami is trying to peel off with R, like, and Akali is just diving into the backline. So I do think Vi is going to have a very hard time this game. As the sole like source of frontline that they have. Whereas on 101's Thieves side, they have Nautilus, they have Zinzao, they have Renekton, and they have Kaisa, who's actually, if she gets dove on and they're not careful, Kaisa may just be able to reposition with her R. So
yeah.
there is a chance that Dave can just totally run this game over. Because Akali and Vi, if they dive in on Dave and 101 Thieves gets an angle on their backline,
Yeah, it's
Akali
gonna
and
be
Vi are going to
hella
be able to
rough.
do anything. Like, their backline is just going to die.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a lot of a lot more options from SKT. I think. Sorry, definitely a lot of angles from SKT. Zinza has a lot of lanes to play for. You have Ari who wants to play super aggressive. You have a Kaisa Nautilus who wants to play really aggressively. You have a Renekton who wants to play really aggressively. Like you could go anywhere on the map, snowball one of your champions, and then you just can win the game from one of them. Like you close your
Yeah,
eyes, point your
absolutely.
finger at the fucking screen, and pick a lane, and you will find a way to win the game through it. So I think SKT's draft just looks way more cohesive than 101 or not SKT. 101 Thieves draft looks a little more cohesive than uh SKT's. I think they have a real shot here to take it home for this series. So I'm curious to see how the execution goes for them.
Yeah, 101 Thieves. I am definitely thinking that 101 Thieves has a big advantage here. But of course, like last game, I said SKT had the big advantage, and 101 Thieves just just totally rolled over them. So it's anybody's game, kind of like last game. It looks in it's definitely favored towards 101 Thieves, but it can go either way. Like if Akali and or Vi can get like their leads and hard carry the game, then they are definitely capable of doing so. Um, I just think it's going to be a lot harder to execute on the side of SKT than it is for 101 Thieves.
Jana is on Renekton. Alright. I'm making assets. Give me 1 second to yeah, but also critically, 101 Thieves just got the same jungle duo they got last game, and we saw how lethal this matchup was for Honan. Like he was literally getting solo killed at like every time one hit a charm. Like those charms
He
are
was having
absolutely insane.
a very hard time. So I'm so surprised that he said let's just rock the Xerath again. And I can respect it trying to just keep it, prove yourself this time. But I also think it's just a very bold decision.
Yeah,
Especially with how hard it was for him to play into Ari last game and the Zinzao. And they just ran the exact same thing, and so hopefully he has learned from the last game and maybe he will improve upon himself, or maybe he will just fall into the same
the same trap.
trap.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Holy. All right.
we'll
Well,
just have to see how it goes.
we have another 3 minutes to kill. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be back.
So with the final game coming up, both teams, like we said, are currently 0-2, so we are going to have the first win for either SKT or 101 Thieves. The other team going 0-3 and matching, I think, Albert's Inferno. I'd have to fact check that.
All right, what was the
I'm just going to do that
conversation?
right now. I was just going over like the fact that both teams are 0-2.
Yeah.
Um, one of them are obviously going to get their game, and I said the other one's going to become 0-3, which I think there's another team that is currently also 0-3, which I believe is Albert's Inferno.
I think they're 0-2 right now.
I think they're 0-2. Maybe there's not a team who's 0-3. So we're going to have our first, yeah, I'm looking at it now. There's actually, we're going to see our first 0-3 team after this game, and we're also going to see the team that is currently 0-2 get their first win.
God, I'm so excited. This is gonna be a fucking banger.
It's going to be an absolute banger.
As we have some banger. God, oh, dude, I'm so excited for this game to start. I got nothing for what can we even talk
Right?
about at this point? Like we've talked about
It's
it all.
just, there. It's definitely gonna be fun to watch. The past two games were really fun to watch. I mean, I knew the series was gonna be a banger. I knew these two teams were just gonna be constantly throwing hands. Like,
Yeah,
so it's definitely gonna be very fun to see how this last game goes.
yeah, definitely. I think I'm curious to see what runes Liave is gonna take into the Renekton. I don't know. I think Vi into this game wants to go like more of a bruiser setup, try to desperately get some frontline ability, be able to frontline for their team in like any way that they can. Uh, God, it is gonna be at least if you're picking an 80 carry, you have picked one that can like potentially get away from the Aries and Zao, Renekton, Kaisa, Nautilus that is gunning for your ass so hard, bro. You
Right?
are living on a prayer with this fucking Ezreal pick, and God, I hope it pays off for you. All right,
And if I recall correctly, Renekton like turbo stomps Akali, don't they?
I think so. I mean, Jonah isn't a Kali player, so I would imagine he knows the
I
counter
imagine he
picks.
knows the
So
matchup. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. So it'll be interesting to see how Liav will handle it. And we do see right off the bat that Liav has not taken Flash. So he's just looking to fight and hopefully win over the Renekton. That Ignite can be the difference between a fight with Renekton. I think Q being able to heal him so much, but that
yeah,
Ignite can just totally deny that, letting Akali get the lead. I
yeah,
do think if Liav can get a lead on Renekton, he does have a chance to just carry the heck out of this game. Like,
yeah,
but he's going to need that lead.
yeah.
Vi
Definitely
is
going
definitely
to
also
be.
going to have to be strong.
I love Rex. He's the best, honestly. So true. He has been 1v9 in the series, bro. My boy, he's been playing that Ari real good. All I can say, to be honest with you.
The Rex Ari was fantastic last game. It was very fun to watch, especially with the Zenzel. Like they work together so well. I mean, like I feel like if I'm by this game, I am absolutely just pathing topside and hoping to get my Akali fed.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
are.
I look towards the bot side of the map and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to go down there. It's just
Dude,
like,
I'm
and
panning my camera away from that lane. I see no
yeah,
evil, nothing
just never
happening.
looking there again.
Like I will sit them on that island. I'll be like, you guys got it. I need my colleague to
Yep.
win the game, so we're going topside, baby.
We're gonna hope that the Ezreal knows how to buffer his E through Nautilus Q. Hope that Nami knows how to position themselves to not get caught out and theoretically get the Akali ahead. Although I guess also, oh,
We have lost to spectator once again. Can we
the
recover
spectator
this?
really hates you. Um, I definitely also think Xin Zhao may be looking to do the same thing, just pathing topside and hoping that the bot side can get their picks and try to keep the Renekton from falling behind or anything, because the lanes that you're worried about is definitely going to be the top side of the map. And I think they can definitely rely on Dave to try to get ahead, and if Dave is able to get ahead on his own and Xin Zhao is able to keep damage control on Akali, like I think it's just one. I think Xin Zhao and Renekton just completely stomp over Akali and Vi.
All right. We might be losing the 1v1 to League Spectator once again. We'll see if I can salvage it. Nice.
Oh
Thank you.
no,
I know. I'm
the
aware.
league
Just let me
client
get back in, please.
functioning functioning as best as it can. It would be really, really sad if we could not watch this game. I would
Okay,
be very
okay, we're
mad.
back. We're back.
Okay,
Please
we're
load in.
back. Let's.
Everyone,
I don't
say
want
a
to
prayer
speak
with
too
me.
soon.
We must pray to the Lord Almighty that we can make it through this game. Please, God, I just want to watch this banger series. Please, this is all I need. Like, God, I want to watch this game
This
3.
is game
Please,
3.
Riot Games.
Yeah.
I know you removed Hex Tech chests. Can you please? Okay, we're in.
Okay.
Let's
You
fucking
can at least give us
go.
our spectators tool.
Thank you,
And
thank
we're
you,
starting
King.
right on minute 0. I do think 101 Thieves still has a really good invade angle this game. Like, if Vi has to start Q or anything like that, like, her clear is totally screwed. So it's just, I don't know. They should absolutely be looking for the invade, the Nautilus Q, the Ari charm, like,
Yeah.
but they're just not gonna do it.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a little boring. Vi is starting the green smite here. I do like this from Apari. He knows he has to be the solo frontline in this game. He just needs to get as many tank stats as he possibly can. That little extra shield should be able to help him like live a little longer in these fights. Just eke out these advantages when he can. So hopefully this works out for him.
Just a wee little bit. I don't know.
No
I
more
am
edgy
definitely a
quote.
blue
Cause
smite
like,
enjoyer.
yeah, I am #1 blue smite simp. I love me blue smite. But I think green smite is the correct call here. No more edgy quote, Liave. I need you to drop the edgiest quote you got, bro. It's your time. Lock the fuck in. Sit up. This is your game to carry, bro. I believe in you, King.
He's got to pursue his e-boy allegations.
So true. Honan saying thank God, bro. You're just a hater on sauce, dog. What can I tell you? As it looks like Xin Zhao is going to try to start these Raptors here. Xin Zhao first clear is very slow compared to some other champions. Or slower, I should say. Not slow, period. But I'll have to see
It's pretty
what he
slow,
does.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely
Could
think
be,
starting Raptors on him too is just. I feel like it's a rough clear, but
yeah. Could be a level
maybe I'm
3
just
top
bad.
angle, honestly, from the Xin Zhao. Clear Raptors red Krugs and then try to gank top lane. Just really try to flip the game. Enable
Yeah,
chat.
and immediately Liav is also trading right onto Renekton, making it hard for him to get even his initial stacks. He doesn't want to take a bunch of damage, or else
Yeah.
Liav is just going to be able to land E, land Q, and just kill him.
Yeah, Rex does ding level 2, gets a decent Q onto the Xerath, and Pari is pathing upwards, so could be here for this play, but
We definitely want to see Xin Zhao. I mean, Xin Zhao went from Raptors red to Krug, so I do think he is definitely going to be looking for the angle on the top lane.
oh, wait a second.
But Liav may be
Oh, the
looking
ward
for a
spots him
fight on
out.
Xin
Oh,
Zhao.
this
Yeah.
is that's crazy. Nautilus Hook misses again, but unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately for Xin Zhao, he's not going to be able to do anything top, so he's just forced to walk towards bot side.
Yeah. Good word from Liave. Does manage to spot out the boy that's going for the ward, or the Zinzal that's pathing bot, and Jonah takes a horrible trade
Yeah.
and just gets fucking dunked on by the Akali with Ignite. That's crazy.
The early trades that Liav took, obviously paying off right at the end. Jonah got a little bit overzealous, thinking that he had the level lead, not realizing that Liav only needed one more minion kill in order to get his level 3. So he played a little bit overzealous, got punished. Obviously, Liav also has Ignite, so just got destroyed.
Yeah, and it looks
The
like
concern,
both.
and also, Akali's wave is pushing into her with Vi finishing her clear. Vi does have an angle to just
Oh my
play straight
gosh.
onto Renekton.
They're duping it out, so Jonah
They
does
have
know.
mentioned. It
God.
looks like that Vi is going to opt into just backing.
Yeah.
I
Double Ruby Crystal? Oh, is this Tank Vi?
oh, Ruby Crystal
Oh, sorry.
Longsword, is
Okay, okay.
that? I assume
That should be for Sundered.
that's black. Oh, is it Sundered?
I like Sundered if you're going this 5
Okay.
build. Looks like Hook going on to the Kaisa, but good trade back from the side of 101 Thieves. Jonah stuns a minion here critically, and the Conqueror does get procced. Liave does hit the Q, and it looks like this could be another solo kill for Renekton. Renekton has to burn the flash, and he lives with just a sliver of HP. This top lane is going so bad for this counter pick.
Right, and we know that this is in Renekton's favor. At least I am pretty confident that this is Renekton favored.
Yeah, I think
And
Nishan
this
also
is
got like an extra camp in. I think he stole Raptors, which is pretty good for him because he is up an extra camp, I believe. Is this 36, 30? No, he's not up an extra camp. I can't count. Anyways, he just did the greedy full clear, which I think is fair. Both junglers not really doing too much, so looks like he was just gonna go get the reset. Could
Do
go
any
for a
top
push
lane
play
enjoy
here.
know the Renekton Akali matchup? Is that Renekton favored, or am I just making stuff up?
I don't play top lane. Can't help you here, Chief. But are gonna try for
Maybe it's been a
this.
counter pick in the past and it's not anymore. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, the flash W misses, and it looks like nothing goes over for the side of 101 Thieves.
Wow.
Ambitious play, but now Jonah is going to be down so much XP for sitting in lane that long. As he does get the wave crash, and Akali is
It looks like
TPing
Akali
down.
still has tempo with TP, whereas Jonah does not. Fortunately, the wave is crashing into his tower. But with Grubs coming up.
So brutal for him.
Oh
my gosh, the base reset finishes, and he's not going to get punished here. Holy.
It looks like all the action's pretty much just been happening top lane this day. I mean, that's not super surprising, all things considering.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit.
I definitely expect to see a Grubs fight come out. I mean, Jonah's behind an XP. Akali's gonna have 6 where he doesn't. 6 ignite. I don't know. If I was Vi here, I definitely would have just been on Grubs right away.
Yeah. Definitely a good call from Nishan here, though. Trying to go for this dragon while he knows he has bot lane prio. Not greeting for the Grubs here. I like this. Making sure that you don't flip the game on just fist fighting for Grubs that you cannot win because Akali is so strong. And just recognizing you can get like an incremental advantage off of these dragons. Your bot lane is so fucking strong. You just try to play for them and see what you can grab here. So it looks like Ari is playing super aggressively, looking for these wards into the red side here, as Apari is currently on his golems. On paper, Renekton is favored. Thank you, Noam. You're not a top lane player, but I'll take your word for it. Looks like Renekton
that's
is
how
going to get the stun off. Yeah, it is still able to get the E off. Does manage to get a good trade. The Conqueror proc does come out. The ulti coming out from the Akali, and both ultis are traded. The R2 is going to be used by the Akali, and it looks like Jonah does get the better end of that trade. Oh my gosh, the solo bolo coming out from Jonah. You have been swiftly punished, Liav, and well played to Jonah there. Jeez, baiting out the Akali R2. Liave just got a little too hasty with that Akali R2, so...
Yeah, but that said, Vi is also still like towards her bot side of the map, so Zin's out may have the angle to just get Grubs and Dragon, which would be so good for their team.
That would be insanely criminal, I think. But Jonah does have to reset here.
He has TP coming up soon.
Yeah, Vi is also going to be in this top side, so we could see a really big brawl coming out. The critical thing here is, though, Renekton has no R, and I guess Akali also has no R, but it's going to be a little tricky. It's going to be really on junglers and who can get their ultis off first in the jungle matchup. Opponent has no R, but RA does as well, so that is something we have to keep track of if Renekton, or not Renekton, if Ari can make it to these Grubs fight with the Ari ultimate. TP is coming down here critically, and it looks like they are going to start this up. They might try to contest a couple of them. Like, they do manage to get one, so this won't ever add to feats of strength. It looks like they are just going to choose to back off here, and it looks like the side of 101 Thieves is going to try to collapse here with the sweeper. Does manage to pick up the ward, so it looks like they are just going to try to take the Grubs fight, or the last 2 Grubs here. Yeah, I think this is a really well-controlled fight from the side of 101 Thieves. Ulti coming out from the Ahri, though. Drilling for the solo kill onto the Xerath. Does miss the charm, crucially, but Using the ultimate, trying to get some aggressive positioning. Vi is looking back here for the 1v1. Doesn't go for it. Okay. Jonah is gonna dash into the Akali here. The ulti coming out.
Does it?
Both ultis getting traded. The ulti R2 comes out and Jonah just gets fucking solo killed by the Renekton. As
He's
looks
just
like,
getting once again a little bit overzealous over his last kill.
yeah, looks like Vi is gonna be up here as well. The ulti coming out. The ulti comes out from the Xin Zhao as well, and it looks like Xin will make it out here. But yeah, Jonah is just playing a little too aggressively in this matchup. I feel like you cannot be disrespecting Akali ulti damage like this.
It's definitely not. And there actually seems to have been a kill that came out bot lane.
Yeah,
Akali, not Akali. What's her
Kaisa.
name? Kaisa, getting a kill on Nami.
Yeah, I mean, you do kind of just see the kill threat that this Kaisa Nautilus bot lane has. Like, you do so much damage. The extra plasma stack on CC, I think. Is that how it works?
Yes, yes. If you CC someone, you do get an extra plasma stack.
Yeah, just pairing so
Yeah.
well with these tank engaged champions is like getting them so much value. It looks like they are gonna go for the static Shiv Kaisa build. There's a lot of different variations of which Kaisa build you go from here, but I would like to see a
We're
more
starting
on
with
hit
the
style for their comp. So they have DPS, but we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see like a poke Kaisa come out this game. I definitely don't think that would be
Ideal.
great for them.
As it is going to be a lane swap, the Akali into the Ahri. I have no idea how this matchup goes either, but Akali does also have the Haunting guys and has a couple kills under their belt, so is fairly strong. The Nautilus is going to go for a hook here though, but there's no universe in which Kaisa can make it over without sacking the wave. Looks like they are just going to buy a lot of time, but Dio is just going to get a really good trade back for free, so...
I so definitely don't.
Liave is here though. Ulti coming out from the Nautilus. Misses the E critically. Does have to overextend potentially to get the R2 off, but does manage to get it off. Does get the feats of warfare. It looks like the Xin Zhao is going to pick up the Akali in return. Huge shutdown. The Kaisa is coming out here though. Does have the lethal tempo stacked and does manage to pick up the Nami back in the trade here. And it looks like the full collapse from 101 Thieves as Liave dives potentially a little too deep and gets a 3-for-2 trade. Looks like a flash charm onto a Pari as well though. Gonna look for this last kill. The W coming out from the Kaisa and does manage to get the killer instinct off, and another kill going over to the side of 101 Thieves. And this game is looking to try to snowball into 101 Thieves' favor here.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with the lane swap between Akali and Xerath because Renekton, I feel like, can just run down Xerath, and Akali may have just a harder time into Ahri generally, whereas
Yeah.
he's been able to get a few kills onto Renekton.
And it looks like it's going to be another dragon over for the side of 101 Thieves. Like, you're on track for these dragon stacks, and I really like that for 101 Thieves.
Yeah, and on the side of SKT, you kind of have to get that early game lead in order to be able to like push your way through mid and late game. So I would not be surprised if the rest of this game ends up being a stomp now that Kaisa and Ahri, both Kaisa and Ahri have kills now.
Yeah, it should just be another run back of what we saw last game. God, I cannot speak. The one on the fucking Ahri, as I jinxed it again. The vial does come out. It does manage to kill up the Ahri here. Super well played from Apari, knowing he has no mana, no flash, no ulti, just punishing him really well. Good play from Apari here.
And you were right too about him building Sundered Sky first. He did just start it right away, knowing that he is going to have to be the front line for his team. So we'll see what he ends up going next, whether it's going to be Eclipse or what's the other one? Steric's Gauge.
Yeah, Steric's Gauge is also good. Ulti coming out onto the Kaisa, flashes into the Nami bubble. Dio is going to try to outplay this though. The Arcane Shift does manage to dodge the Nautilus hook, but still the Kaisa is just too strong with these 4 kills. The lethal tempo is stacked, does dodge the bubble this time, well played, and the hook coming out from the Nautilus, another kill onto this Kaisa, and this Kaisa should just be going god mode in this game here as the grubs are coming out for the side of SKT. The W does spot it out. The smite does come out from Apari though. This could be a kill, but the Ahri is going to dash into the team here though. Doesn't manage to hit the charm, but it looks like the Xin Zhao ultimate is going to try to mitigate. The E does critically miss here though, but the R2 does manage to pick him up, and another kill going on to the Ahri here. A good charm just to cancel the Vi out of the queue, and it looks like Jonah is going to pick up the back fight of this back half of this fight, just making sure that the fight goes 2-for-1 2-1 for the side of
Yes.
101 Thieves.
Yeah. Ari did just like barely get out on like a sliver of health, so it was a 2-for-1.
A bit of a
Or 1
sloppier
for 2.
fight here. I think a lot of abilities were missed. Juan is looking a little pressured to hitting the charms, so did whiff that one, but Jonah is gonna get ulted on here, but does burn the flash here. Honan last shot does whiff, and it looks like Jonah does manage to get away with it. So
Yeah. Kind of like I mentioned before, though, he did see Renekton just running down Xerath. Fortunately for him this time, he had the flash, but I just don't think this is a good lane swap. I think this is
yeah.
very favored against the team of SKT.
Yeah, like you already built the Leandries for the Akali, like to 1v1 the Renekton. Like I just don't know how good this is here in this comp either. Like you have options for like assassin builds. I think I would have preferred you just go like a proper assassin build into this team rather than the Conqueror setup. Like I think the Electrocute could have been really good, and like their team is like kind of squishy, so not sure. Hook coming out from the Nautilus doesn't manage to pick anything up, but E forward onto the Ezreal, just trying to poke them out. But Kaisa on 2 items, holy shit, they're so strong. Should be okay. They are going. It looks like a Q does come out from the Nautilus, does get hit by the Nami wave. The ulti coming out, double barrier coming out, and the locket, but Dio critically gets the kill back. Liave TPing down. Everyone's here. It's a bit of a party down in the bot lane, and the Akali R2 does manage to pick up both the Ari and the Kaisa here. So 2 kills over, or kill over for Liave.
I think
2 kills for SKT.
I think Ezreal got
yeah, Ezreal got it. I
Kaisa kill.
misspoke. Yeah, but everyone committed a bunch of TPs, and SKT comes out on top. I think the Akali TP finished first, so they just got a huge shutdown. Like I think they played that fight a little too aggressively from the side of 101 Thieves, underestimating the Ezreal damage. The Ezreal does still have Triforce completed, so they do a decent amount of damage. So. He had a full item up on Ezreal. Yeah, but I think Triforce as a 1 item spike on Ezreal is still pretty significant. Like, you can't underestimate Ezreal damage ever when they're on this item, so. As we are... Oops, sorry. A bunch of shit just showed up on the screen. Oops. Anyways.
Yeah, and also it builds like Static Shiv. I think of it as more of like a lane clearing, wave clearing thing.
Yeah. I think this is going to be the Nashor's 2 third. This is going to be like the triple evolve build. I think. Dio is trying to
So we're
clear this
looking for
wave.
W autos.
Charm doesn't manage to connect, but they do manage to get first tower, and that's not feats. No one has feats yet. That's crazy.
That is crazy, actually.
This
It is
dragon
looking
should
like
be able to
the
secure it though if 101 Thieves gets it. So Pari is potentially
absolutely.
here. Does have an angle here, but he might also just be caught out. Does turn onto him. Q comes out. Vi is a level up, so Nami Wave does come out here. So it looks like they might try to pull it out here, which is probably correct. Getting an Infernal Dragon would be pretty big for them, and it looks like they are just going to be able to secure it here. Vi chooses not to go for it, and it looks like it's going to be 3rd Dragon, potential soul point for them as well. So I think this position is so good for 101 Thieves, is it not?
Yeah, 101 Thieves is definitely getting ready to just totally roll over the game.
Charm coming out, does manage to hit up Liave, but Ari does manage to get poked out by the Ezreal, by the Xerath, so under half HP. Ezreal is eating forward, but no one is in position to really punish that, as 101 Thieves is just going to look to clear the wave with the Kaisa here. I might be going for a potential Rift Herald start, as Ari is going to go for the Hourglass 3rd item, and another Q coming out onto Honan, or onto Jonah here from the Xerath.
Yeah. Also, vitally, like, 101 Thieves already has 3 Drakes and it's only 18 minutes into the game. And it's also Infernal Drake, which is a very good Drake to have.
Yeah.
So
Super
it's definitely
impactful
going to
soul.
be a a brawl over this next Drake because 101 Thieves or SKT is definitely not going to want 101 Thieves to have that soul.
Yeah, definitely. Infernal Soul is just one of the best generic souls. Oh my gosh, Apari missed the Q flash onto the Renekton. That is definitely a little rough, but
So big oopsie daisies. The winds were blowing in Renekton's favor or something.
yeah, it's something like
IQ
that.
just got blown away or something. I don't know what happened, but
True. Hook is coming out here. Nishan is going to have to play a little fancy footwork here with the Xerath ulti. Does manage to dodge most of them out. Does have to go for the reset here, though. And it looks like the way that they've been able to play these objective fights. Flash Charm onto Lithy here, though, could potentially be a kill. The Killer Instinct is going to come out here, and they are going to pick up Lithy here. Just trying to kite out this fight. They did manage to get the Herald, another dash forward, and does manage to charm opponent, but does have the Ghost going, so could potentially be another kill here. As it looks like they might try to go for the dive here. They're looking for the wave clear. They need to try to cancel these backs. Liave is going to choose to greed here. And it looks like Jonah is the only one that is going to stay, try to clear up this wave. And
yeah, I definitely don't think it would be a good idea to try to dive a Kali at full HP.
yeah.
I think she has too much mobility to be able to succeed.
Yeah, as it looks like he does manage to pick up the tower here in the mid lane as Kaisa, but Vi is critically here. The flash stun does manage to come out from Honan, but doesn't connect as Kaisa also burns her flash. W coming out just to try to trade back a little bit. And you did manage to burn Vi R and Xerath flash for 80 carry flash, so I have to see if they're able to punish this here. Looks like a bubble is going to come out. We'll have to see if they can do anything. As Voracious Autocon is going to be the spawn here. Jonah does not have TP critically while Liave does, so. And he is also just getting deleted by this Renekton, by the way. Holy. Does have double faded, like, why does Liave have components for Leandri's again?
He's most likely going Blackfire. Oh wait. Yeah, Liave is building Leandri's twice right now. I don't know if he's meaning to do that, but I definitely think he's gonna notice it here in a moment.
This is what we call a little shopkeeper error. I think this should be like a Riftmaker or Bloodletters, but it looks like a W does connect onto a Pari here. They're looking for the fight. Honan is here trying to get this poke off, and it looks like Apari is gonna pick up the Herald, and it looks like the TP is coming out from the Akali. They know that Jonah has no TP. The Zinzao is going to get chunked out here a little bit, and Apari is just 1v1ing the Nautilus in the backline. The ulti coming out from Honan, they got to do a little bit of fancy footwork. But critically, Juan does just get the backline flank, and it looks like they might be able to go 2 for 2. The Hourglass to prevent himself from getting traded back, and the ulti coming out from the Ari here. Does manage to, and the knockup interrupts the Akali R2, and it looks like they are just going to wipe this fight. Apari is desperately trying to kill the Kaisa, but they are just going to manage to pick him up here, as Dio is the last man standing, but it is going to be a 4v5 ace for the side of 101 Thieves. Yeah,
I don't know if I 100% think... I think they can do this Otacon. It does look like Kaisa's going to opt against it, though.
Guys are like, that's not my not my circus, not my clowns, or whatever.
We saw what happened last game. Maybe we just don't want to have that happen again.
Yeah, it looks like they are gonna try to counter jungle a little bit. This should just be a free dragon for them as well, though. Like, that's Infernal Soul for them. Should be really critical if they can pick this up. Also, I do kind of agree with Gruer that the Zinzao could have been caught there, but the Vi choosing to go for the Nautilus is definitely a bit of a misplay from Mapari here. Like, that is still a Nautilus. You get so much value out of this Aftershock if they're trying to engage onto you. And it looks like they have opted for the Sterak's second item. We'll have to see if they can pick up this Dragon Soul. This Dragon Soul will be very huge if you can get it. Looks like they're going to try to pull it out here, but could be a little risky. Oh, and he does manage to get it. This is critical for them. Does manage to get the flash out. And it is going to be a clean steal from Apari here. Well played. Just really keeping his team in the game here. I think if they do manage to get this Infernal Soul, it's a little cooked for them.
Yeah, this is just a huge steal to have to try to draw out the game a little bit longer. Try to have 101 Thieves make a mistake and just hope that something will happen to get maybe Apari ahead or a Kali or really anybody on their team. But
Oh yeah, the Faded Asters mysteriously disappeared from Liave's inventory. Hmm.
and turned into a Rift Maker. I do think he noticed. He definitely made a comment about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, what am I doing?
Definitely a bit of an error. Lost yourself a little bit of gold. If you go super late game, it will actually be hard to deal with Xerath Ezreal poke. Yeah, I tend to agree. You really wanted that Infernal Drake to try to snowball your game plan here. Liave is going to get spotted out by the sweeper. The E is going to come out here. The E in from Kaisa in response does manage to get CC'd up. The barrier and the fucking ulti or the blockade coming out, and the Killer Instinct does manage to block the rest of the Akali damage as the rest of SKT does manage to collapse onto Jonah here. Get 1-for-1 trade here on both top laners. Crazy. Definitely a lot closer for the side of 101 Thieves though. Akali almost killed him. Now that was dirty by Mark Spector. Yeah, I agree. He played it really well, but the Nautilus Locket also clutched up super hard there, let's be honest.
Yeah, Barrier Locket and Kaisa ult is just so much shielding that Akali has to try to break through. I don't know if she can build Serpent's Fang if she still has AD. Does she still have AD
Yeah,
ratios?
she does.
Maybe it would be worth it just to like off of
Oh
that
wait,
fact
Honan
alone,
potentially
but
with a really good pick here. Ulti coming out from the Ahri, the charm is gonna come out. The electrocute damage is gonna come out, and it looks like Honan does get turbo chunked. The TP coming out from the Renekton try to pick up another kill, but yeah, looks like a part is gonna get tagged up by the Kaisa W, and it is going to be the Shadow Flame Rush onto the Kaisa here, just trying to go for this poke setup. We spoke a little too soon. They are just gonna go for the poke instead of the actual on-hit damage, so I don't know if we can call this a Kali build low damage, by the way. They still almost one-shot the Kaisa in that fight and can fucking shred this Renekton. Charm coming out from the side of 101 Thieves does manage to trade 1-for-1 here, though. The Apari does go for the ultimate. The ultimate does get blocked by the Hourglass from the RE here, though, as it looks like Jonah is still going super beast mode in this fight. Is so much healing. And they just get the Baron, by the way. They're winning this fight. Bot side, they went 2-for-1, and they also just got the Baron. That's crazy, dog. What an insane
that
play
is
from the side of
crazy.
101 Thieves.
Ari is just so slippery this game.
Yeah, Ari has...
Getting out of like 2 HP again.
Yeah, like, Mark Spector has been playing like a beast, but this Ari still is going beast mode in these games. Holy shit. And potential double kill. Oh my gosh, that's Timothy, baby. That is, in fact, the Moon Knight Mark Spector. Holy fuck, dude. Well played. Dodging out the Xerath stun with the ulti. Does manage to pick up the tower here as well, and wow, 101 Thieves is taking a commanding lead in this fucking game right here.
Yeah, we definitely see the strength of the two different comps going through.
Liave is going to go for a flank here, though. Can he make it in time? Can Mark Spector make it out? And it looks like the answer is no, he cannot. He will go down, but he does get his team to Otacon, so...
Fortunately, Mark Spector is feeling like an 80 carry.
True.
Even though he's 10 and 2 with 2 levels up, Akali is an assassin and he is not. So
I mean,
he's a little bit cooked.
He did overstay. Let's
he
not,
did. We'll be a little fair. We will be fair, but
let's not obfuscate the truth here. Come on now. Be so for real. Looks like Jonah is going to try to really look for these. Yeah, 101 Thieves definitely feeling like they found their footing. Critically, Dave did not play in their first series where they lost, and I feel like that is very important. Being able to take a game off of Andromeda, which is one of our teams that is really doing well, is like also very impressive. Rex is looking for the ulti here, does have it up, the ulti coming out from Honan, but just a clean solo bolo from the side of Juan here. The Ari is doing so much work in both of these games. Really love to see him performing on this pick. Jonah is looking for a parry here, does look for the kill, and it looks like it is going to be a big old nothing burger. Jonah uses his ultimate, but Parry is going to go for the Q here, though. The Otacon is up. I don't know if this is worth it. The Kaisa is here as well. Doesn't manage to dodge the ulti, but the Xin Zhao combo is going to kill the Vi here, and it should just be Soul for the side of 101 Thieves.
yeah, unfortunately with like Otacon GA, they kind of just get this objective. They don't really get punished for fighting, so it's really hard to just to make plays.
Oh
And then
my
the only
gosh,
thing SKT can do
Kaisa
right now is hope.
assassination is so insane. Just getting the W off from the bush and just killing them both and getting the Infernal Soul, you're feeling so powerful in this game.
Yeah, and this game is just it's just right up like SKT or not SKT 101 Thieves like alley.
Yeah, definitely a lot of bloody
I think the
games, and they're
draft is
definitely,
strong.
yeah, definitely drafting well. Really drafting champions that they can just outhands their opponents on, and I think that's been their main strength so far in this series, in this season. Like, if they're if their AD carry and their mid laner can just outhands the enemy team, like I think that's their main win condition. And it looks like this is just going to be the end of the game potentially. Liave is gonna go for the Kaisa here. The stun comes out from the Nautilus, and it looks like this should just be GG. W coming out from the Kaisa, and so much damage. He's ripping and tearing through this enemy team, and it looks like Kaisa does manage to go down to the Ezreal, but Ezreal did have to E forward, and the Ari does have ultimate, so he's able to just dash in and get these kills. Maybe they just don't end the game. Maybe I'm a liar.
Unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, both Kaisa and Ari did just die, so I think this game may be a little bit delayed. Maybe not.
Hearing Mason say, "Let's not obfuscate the truth," is like the pot calling the kettle black. This is not true, bro. I would never do that. As it looks like they are just gonna try to kill Apari. The waves are just too fucking big. The ulti comes out from the Zinzao, and they do manage to pick him up the healing from the Zinzao. And maybe we were wrong. They are just
We
gonna end the
do
game
have a
anyways.
Kali coming up. Nautilus
Not
just
in
took a
time
ton
though.
of damage. Yeah.
Oh my
Just out of
gosh.
time.
3 game banger, by the way. Holy
Just
fam.
a 3-game banger. I mean, 101 Thieves getting their first win.
Who do we think was
Uh,
MVP this game? I gotta give it to my boy,
yeah,
the young Mark Spector.
Dave played that game really well. I mean, they got caught out maybe a couple of times, but he played around Akali really well. He played around the enemy team, what they wanted to do with him, and he just ran them down. Like, I don't know. He,
Interview.
yeah, I think, yeah. We if Dave wants to interview, we should
Do
probably
we
pull
do
him in.
Dave?
He's our MVP.
I kind of want to pull Jonah, but yeah, we should grab Dave. Dave, if you're listening, I'll ping him real quick. Let me do season discussion real quick. Interview. Smile. Question mark. At 101 Thieves. Anyone really? Dave comeback. It's so true. Dude, was he ever gone? Like, what do we mean comeback? Come on, be so for real. Was he ever gone? That boy was a beast since day one, bro. Come on.
So I wonder if 101 Thieves, they're all already out of the call.
Alright, well, I guess we can skip interview for this time. Uh, he was literally gone. If that's in the series he didn't play, that's crazy, dog. Well, anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in. Banger series. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us for the series. If you missed this series, L. But yeah, thanks everyone. We'll catch you
Yeah,
in the next game,
that
which
was.
should be. Do we know any of the next games?
I think. Let's see. I think we have Big Bananas versus 101 Thieves coming up.
Gotcha. That's gonna be a hype game to cast as well. I'll be there. So you guys all got to be there as well. Anyways, thanks everyone.
Yeah, that was an
We
awesome
will
series.
we will catch y'all next time.